I was a top mercenary in my previous life, traveling through time to the year 1970, possessing the original owner's body. Why is it so difficult to get promoted? Are you forcing me to treat my sister-in-law well? It's not wrong to get married after the fact. But the girl is still innocent now. What if my younger sister, so young, had already become a widow? The original owner died after Luigi Ruo plied him with half a pound of wine. Still retains weakness because I wanted to protect my sister from rumors, and avoid being harassed by single young men. They wanted the original owner to accept both sisters. Rice cooked into rice. Both my sister and I are innocent people. I just want to find a place to live. I agree to go today. Later, the three of us will live together. They will certainly serve you well. Having just transmigrated, I immediately encountered it. But there have been severe droughts in recent years. The food in the house was only enough for me and Luigi. Further weakening of the body, where on earth would you find love? I eat very little, 1 meal a day is enough. Okay. We won't starve to death anyway, so why say such unlucky things? So you agree then? Okay, there are people watching, aren't you ashamed? Another mouth to be in the house. We need to stock up on food quickly. It's so cold outside, where are you going? Is it just right that my lover is here? Don't get under a blanket to keep warm. The snow has stopped, Uncle Lou and everyone are about to go hunting in the mountains. Let's follow and see what happens. Even if we don't hunt any animals, we'll still find some supplies. Bring it back to nourish the two of them. That's not good, can't you just drink half a pound of liquor? The heavy snow has stopped. A group of men carrying hunting gear. They gathered outside the Lou family's house. Everyone was so cold their noses were running. This time, Uncle Lou personally led the team. We must catch that 200-pound wild boar. It got lost last time. That's right. That pig had thick meaty meat. Last time I missed out on catching it. Little trick. Are you going out the mountain too? Uncle Lou wanted to bring some food home to nourish his family. So, are you planning to prepare a nourishing meal for one person or two? Uncle, please don't tease my niece. Bring the supplies you need to go into the mountains. Why did Tranju also come? He has no experience. I've never even touched a gun. They probably just came to loot and divide the meat. Both Lou sisters. And you want to take advantage of other people's hard work and no law, then just leave on your own. If you have the strength, go into the forest and wrestle with the animals here. What are you rambling about? Tranchu, just follow me. The five of us will huddle together and carefully search. There are signs of being trampled here. Wild boars are nearby, everyone listen up. The team split into two groups to find assassins for me. More than an hour passed and there was still no sign of the wild boar. Everyone was so cold they could barely stand. Uncle Luke went further inside. It's not too cold, just forget it. Let's go back to the old ways. I suddenly perked up my ears. The thick bushes ahead emitted a rustling sound. Everyone immediately lay flat on the ground, wary of Uncle Lou. Is it a wild boar? Climb the tree, quickly, climb the tree. Uncle has finished saving. Something has happened over in Wanshan. Hurry over there. Come over there quickly. The moment the gunshot rang out, I clung to the tree branch. One hand gripping a homemade gun, he lifted the wild boar. The bullet hit it right in the eye. Scamper. The homemade gun's aiming is still somewhat poor. Who dares say that Tranchu is useless anymore? Old Lou led the team to run over. See me, both the man and the wild boar lay on the ground, covered in blood. His face was filled with astonishment. Dad, I'm so glad that Tranchu fired a shot and saved me. Thank you for saving Mansion. Tranchu was lucky to have you. Otherwise, I would have lost my life here today. I just did it by chance. I was lucky to shoot them. The sky over Taisuyan village gradually darkened, a blind monk obscuring the moon. Lu Jiruo and Lu Disheng stood waiting at the edge of the village. Lu Jiruo's hands and feet were free, filled with regret for letting me go up the mountain drunk. Please go home quickly. Oh look, isn't this just a declaration of love? Having thus seduced Tranchu, she immediately went out to flirt with him. Then there's that flirtatious vixen. Even Tranchu does. Aren't you afraid of getting sick from managing this? Don't pay attention to those people. Are we just going to wait for my brother-in-law, Dong Haiyua, to swallow something that's full of beef? How disgusting. My husband couldn't keep himself in line, and now he's... If you can't have children, don't blame anyone. Look, Uncle Lou's group has returned. Trans-CHUE Trans-C... On what basis did old man Lou refuse to share with us? My family also has people who go up the mountain. My wife, the old king, always does things fairly. Tranchu made the biggest contribution. Don't tell me this pig's ribs originally belonged to him. Anyone who has any objections shouldn't show their face following me on hunting trips anymore. On what basis did Tranchu receive such a large share? So there were 2 more women in the house. It would be less troublesome to let them go out and sell their bodies to support themselves. That's enough, Trong Tai-hwa, shut your mouth. Lu Jiruo hurriedly waved her hand, beckoning me over. Old Lu explained the whole story. I said I deserved half of the wild boar. But the villagers were not convinced. Everyone listen to me. The law states that you get what you pay for the effort you put in. This pig, he single-handedly subdued the enemy and even saved my son's life. According to the law, everything belongs to him. If there's nothing to do, then disperse. Even without effort, one can still but food is scarce. We can't let him have all the meat. Did he really take down such a huge pig all by himself? A shot fired into the air rang out. When Lu Wanshan stepped out, everyone immediately fell silent. Everyone needs to know the way. It's embarrassing, but who wouldn't admire Tranchu? I admire him. I looked at everyone coldly. Moved by Lu Wanshan's chivalrous act. I'll only pay 20 pounds. The rest everyone can divide among themselves. Okay, let's just decide on that. Anyone who has an opinion should drag themselves up the mountain to hunt. I'll say it straight here, Tranchu is my life-saving benefactor. Who would dare cause him trouble? This is precisely about confronting Lu Wanshan. Under the authority of Lu Wanshan, everyone had to divide the meat according to the arrangement. Look, carrying dozens of kilograms of pork, we escorted Lu Jiruo and her sisters back home. Their hearts were filled with envy. I didn't expect to get so much meat. We have enough food for several days now. How much food is left in the house? There was only a little corn flour left at the bottom of the jar. If you eat sparingly, you can still last for a few days. The problems of food and clothing must be solved thoroughly. I'll go find Uncle Lu later to borrow his hunting rifle. From now on, our family will no longer lack food. We get to eat meat at every meal. Hunting rifles are not easy. It's not like you have to give people some underwear, is it? He's planning to cut a few pounds of pork to take with him. What do you think? He owns this house. Borrowing a hunting rifle is a big. Giving a little extra is also worthwhile. Lu Jiruo resolutely cut off 5 pounds of pork. Tie it up with rope and give it to me. So many. Giving a little extra makes things easier. Later, I had to rely on others to go hunting in the mountains with me. I take the meat. She instructed Lu Jiruo to stay home and cook rice for Lu Jijing. I'll leave after I rested. Lu Jiruo watched my retreating figure, her cheeks flushing red. On the other hand, Dong Tai-hwa harbored immense resentment towards me. They think I secretly bribed old Lu. That's why they receive such preference. Little brat. You 2 slutty girls only know how to seduce men. And yet they still have the nerve to eat meat. Does anyone know why the old man is so biased towards Chen Zhao? Is there anyone free to help my sister-in-law? It has absolutely no connection whatsoever. Even giving it to my own siblings requires careful consideration. I'm really disgusted by Lu Jiqing's flirtatious behavior. She's accused of killing her husband, and then she goes on to seduce her. He just slipped right into someone else's bed. Is it really that difficult for us to get together? Is that true or false? I can't believe she has no shame. They'll do anything for a piece of meat. Stop rambling. They get into the main thing. Every day they go around gossiping. She doesn't do the main thing. I saw my husband sleeping with her too. If Trong Tai-hwa can't control her foul mouth, I'll cut off her tongue. Let's see if she dares to spout any more nonsense. Trong Tai-hwa, terrified, hid behind other villagers. But people, they pushed and shoved, pushing her forward. It was all said by Trong Tai-hwa. If anyone is to blame, it's her. It's her. The 4 of them dared to say a single bad word about my sister. The 3 of you, and all of you else, just wait and see. Everyone covered their mouths in fear and shook their heads. Lu Jiruo glanced at Trong Tai-hwa, then put away the knife. Go home. We just finished dividing the meat. Why aren't you going home for a nice meal? Why are you here again? Let's talk about this when we go inside. Someone named Tranchu. You just finished dividing the meat. What are you bringing me here for? Don't pay attention to those old man's gossiping words. The meat should have been yours. Uncle Lu wants to borrow a gun. Are you talking nonsense? Can hunting rifles be used indiscriminately? This time you're lucky. What if I get injured next time? Without a hunting rifle, it's very difficult to catch large. I can't just sit around and watch the mountains crumble. The family is still waiting to eat the meat. It shouldn't be too dangerous. No borrowing required. When we hunt wild animals, we'll give you a share. My father was worried about your life. It's not because of those animals, Dad. Little Chu, trust him just this once. Old Lu sighed and agreed. He took out his usual hunting rifle and gave instructions on important points to note. After using the gun, he told me to leave. I took the gun home. Just then, they happened to encounter Lu Jiruo. Lu Jijing wiped away her tears. The 2 sisters were whispering. Don't let your brother-in-law laugh at you. That dilapidated house is truly a lion's den. She won't let me go back there again. I heard as I walked through the door. Lu Jiruo briefly recounted the rumors circulating in the village. I'm going to find Trong Tai-hwa to settle the score. Don't go. I warned her already, but she still talked nonsense. I will absolutely not forgive her. Going to her husband's house is out of the question. Clean out the room for me to stay in. Having a wall and a door in the middle would be a bit more convenient. Did you hear that? We're allowed to stay. Thank you, brother-in-law. Did you really manage to borrow a hunting rifle? Uncle Lu actually agreed. He said that if he hunted any animal, he would give 1/3 of it to his uncle's family. Tomorrow he'll go up the mountain to butcher 1/3 of it? Are you leaving tomorrow? Why not take 2 more days off? At most, the sisters will just eat a little less. Are you the only one going? Call in Wan Shan and a few more experienced men. Going with you is enough for me. Going alone is sufficient. Don't worry. Lu Jiruo remembers my achievements. Therefore, choosing off. Early the next morning, I carried a hunting rifle, walking along the mountain trail. I met Kaiwa. You woke up so early. Did get to enjoy yourself last night, and you're still carrying around a broken gun? Do you really think you're a hero now, you idiot? It seems those two sisters weren't satisfied with the service last night. That's why you have such a big temper. Shut your mouth and go to sleep. You really have a foul mouth. Tranchu, you just wait for me. What the hell are you doing? Isn't it all because of that Tranchu guy? That damn bastard carried his gun up the mountain early in the morning. I had good intentions in inviting him. He even dared to lay a hand on me. He went up the mountain alone? Even old Blue wouldn't dare go into the deep mountains alone. I am dirty injustice without worry. They only worry about pointless things. He doesn't respect me at all. I have to let him go, never to return. Go pack your bags and leave. I'll follow him up the mountain to see what he can hunt. Deep in the mountains, I braved the wind, and it killed me. Vendor deep into the mountains in search of prey. I noticed the bushes were rustling. He raised his gun and approached, only to encounter a herd of deer. The large animal unexpectedly broke a branch while moving. The noise startled the deer. Damn it. The deer herd scattered in panic. I immediately chased after. The royal soldiers at the foot of the mountain were freezing cold. He was both cursing and complaining, yet also regretting having gone into the mountain. But thinking of the two sisters Lu Di Ruo, evil thoughts arose in his. If something happens to Tranchu, then just leave those pretty girls at his house for me to take care of. Suddenly, a gunshot ripped through the forest. Startled them and made them fly. All the birds opened fire. It is certainly a large, wealthy animal venturing into danger. I couldn't have run all the way here in vain. The royal soldiers ran frantically towards the sound of gunfire. Deep in the mountain, I chased after the deer. He raised his gun, aimed precisely, and fired a shot that hit the deer. He moved forward, grabbed the deer's antlers, and struggled to pull it. Leaving a long trail of blood on the snow will help me. Tranchu actually shot a wild deer. This deer is definitely not small. The royal soldiers were just about that. Suddenly, there was a noise coming from behind. Turning around, I made eye contact with two blue-eyed wolves. Wolves have wolves. Safe lives from ferocious wild wolves that charge at the royal army. A heart-wrenching cry echoed through the forest. This sound is so familiar. Royal Army Star. The royal soldier had fainted a long time ago. The wild wolves were attracted by my scream. I shot and killed one wolf. The remaining one lunged at me. My cheek was grazed. I quickly loaded the gun and shot the dog dead. The wild wolf delivered another blow with its sword, severing the wolf. This hunting rifle can only be loaded with one bullet. The basic emergency response is insufficient. Bring it home and raise it. When we grow up, we might even go hunting together. I put on the deer costume. He carried the wolf cub and dragged the severely wounded royal soldier down the mountain. It was getting dark in front of the village gate at Kaiwa. I could wait for the royal soldiers, feeling restless, happened to meet the Lu sisters. Shameless weakling. Two girls serving one husband. They have no sense of shame. Tranchu. What's wrong with the old king? Was it Tranchu who framed him? He was kind and worried about him. He acted cruelly towards him again. The sounds of crying and wailing attracted villagers to come and see. Several people went into the villagers, unaware of the full story, whispered and gossiped amongst. Tranchu Tam's heart is too cruel. I should stay away from his house in the future. What's wrong with him? Scratched by wolves. I ran over and managed to save him. Old Lu arrived just in time. Be the master for my old king. Let me see if Dong Taihua doesn't falsely accuse Chen Yao. These are marks from wolf claws. The wounds are quite serious. Did you hear that? My husband saved her husband. Without him, she had already become a widow. And yet they still curse me? Is there no law and order left? Everything you said is true. He hunted a wild deer all by himself. And rescued the royal soldiers from the jaws of the wolf. The boy successfully brought the deer back. I heard cries for help. By the time they arrived, the royal soldiers had already been knocked down by wolves. Uncle Lu saw the wolf skin next to me and the skin on my shoulder. His face was filled with utter terror. Then you have to compensate with meat. If it weren't for you going into the mountains, the old king will not be harmed either. Old Tao lying on the ground. All he does is talk big and covet the prey of Tranchu. My husband touched the gun and peed in his pants. And yet they dare say they're worried about Tranchu. The last time we went wild boar hunting, it was me who yelled the loudest. The royal army contributed the least. But when it came time to divide the meat, Zhang Taihua was, we believe Tranchu saved someone's life. Trong Taiwa was humiliated and disgraced. He hastily led his ragged troops away. He just ran away. How boring. Let's go home. At night, when the whole village went to sleep, there was a sound of wolves howling. I woke up instantly. The movement of sitting up woke Di Ruo as well. I was about to speak when another wolf howl woke me up. It must be wolves that have entered the village. Our wooden door won't stop them. What should I do now? Even loud is causing me panic. I quickly comforted the two sisters, hastily put on my clothes, and went out the door. The two men walked closely behind, keeping. I pressed my ear against the door. I could clearly hear the sound of wolves treading on. These wolves came here sniffing out blood. The howling of wolves was getting closer and closer. The two sisters were so scared that their whole bodies were trembling. I gripped the hilt of my sword. Just as he was about to open the door, his subordinate held him back. Husband, don't introduce yourself to the wolf at night. It's very cunning and it's too dangerous right now. It's safer to hide inside the house. I know I am the breadwinner of this family. Cannot risk one's life. He then took the two sisters to the bed by the stove. I guarded the door all night. The two men guarded the window until dawn. The sound of wolves howling gradually faded. I opened the door and saw the yard was a mess. Both Jia Hung and Jia Soy were bitten to pieces. The villagers also started coming out one after another, flocking to Uncle Lu's house. Uncle Lu, wake up. The food in my house was all eaten by wolves. The ribs I was eating disappeared before I even got a chance to eat them. My old king is bedridden. I have to stay awake all night watching over a wolf den and raising the wolves' defenses. There's only clouded blood left in the basin now. A large gap blocks the mountain forest. The hungry wolves, having nothing to eat, came down to the village to eat. Now the only way is to go into the mountains and drive them out of this area. Otherwise, they'll come back later to hunt wolves again. It's very dangerous. My old king was bitten by a wolf. He still can't drag himself out of bed. My husband is injured and can't risk his life. My husband isn't going any. The village lads who were about to speak up were all tricked by their wives. I was standing outside in the yard and heard, I feel this method is feasible. He immediately grabbed his hunting rifle and ran to Uncle Lou's house. Pushing through the crowd, I pulled out my gun. Uncle, I'll go with you up the mountain to kill the wolves. You can keep this gun and use it. My uncle's house still has another tree with a gun for extra security. The villagers around me looked at me nervously and lowered their heads. The three of them also went back to pack their equipment. We'll depart immediately. Those who kill the wolf will share the spoils equally. Is anyone else interested in joining? As soon as he finished speaking, the crowd in the courtyard quickly dispersed, leaving only me. Uncle Lou and Lou Wanshin are preparing to go into the mountains. Whatever amount of ammunition we used yesterday, we'll get it all back today. 4 pills. Everything's ready, let's go. Uncle Lou carried the gun on his back. He also brought 2 more swords. The three of us rode through the morning sunlight, then turned deeper into the mountains. The wolf footprints in the snow were still fresh. Uncle Lou could guess the direction just by looking at it. The wolf pack's den is to the southeast. Be careful, both of you. The 3 people, arranged in a triangle formation, slowly. Uncle Lou went ahead to scout away. Lou Wanshin stayed close behind me, providing rear cover and holding his gun ready for survey. Suddenly a wolf lunged out from behind. The 3 of us quickly crouched down to dodge the blows. The scout wolf immediately assumed a fighting stance. The whole pack must have been hanging around nearby. Its muffled growling called its companions to come. Several ferocious wild wolves rushed out and surrounded the 3 people. Uncle Lou drew his sword and plunged it into the back of the spy wolf. It writhed in pain, scratching and clawing at Lou Wanshin's body. The alpha wolf raised its voice and the whole pack immediately rushed into it. Uncle Lou pressed him against the tree trunk. There is no turning back. Well, thousand, I'm holding a hair by my neck and squeezing breath. A bullet went straight through the head of a wolf. The pack of wolves froze in fright. I immediately fired another shot at the alpha wolf's leg. The alpha male was hit by a bullet and panicked. Uncle Lou and Wanshan seized the opportunity. He fired shots to drive the pack of wolves away. The 3 of us breathed a sigh of relief. Uncle Lou checked, seeing that Wanshan only had scratches on his arm. Nothing to worry about. Can Tran Chu teach Van's son how to shoot? During the apprenticeship ceremony, the master will tell it to immediately prepare the prey. I will give my grandchild 1/3 of it later. The boss really admires this marksmanship. Please, master, accept me as your disciple, but the condition is that this hunting rifle must belong to me. And the spoils of war had to be exchanged for ammunition. Absolutely no problem. So I skinned the wolf and the 3 of us butchered it. They divided the spoils equally and carried them down the mountain. Everyone is frantically worried about our safety. Only Mrs. Trong Taiwa had a smug expression on her face. The parasite still lingered near the old, bald-headed lot. If you're so capable, why didn't you go kill wolves yesterday? Only today did he finally show off his hair. If Tran Chu dies on the mountain, then spring will come. The old guys have arrived. Those 2 ladies have become masters now. What kind of nonsense are you talking about? They will surely return safely. After I got home, Hank piled of wolf meat on all 3 furnace guns. The nature of food matters. How much food do we have left? Only half of this wolf meat remains, with just a little flour at the bottom of the jar. The venison was completely devoured by the wolves yesterday. We can't hold out much longer. And there's that wolf cub too. If you feed it a lot, it just keeps having diarrhea. He already asked Uncle Lou, the litter of puppies belonging to the village headman at the beginning of, take the wolf cub over there and ask for some milk from someone else. After giving the instructions, I was so exhausted that only the 2 sisters were left in the house, and she had to do the cleaning. Or maybe I should go over and ask for some milk. Staying at home is just a burden for me. Talking nonsense, my brother-in-law can support me too. Later on, I'll have to rely on you to warm my brother-in-law's bed. Now, just eat well and sleep soundly, okay? Tomorrow, my sister and I will go to the foot of the mountain to dig up more wild. They said there are lots of vegetables over there. Early the next morning, Uncle Lou called me to get ready to go into the mountains to hunt for his wives. The villagers heard the news and rushed over. They vied with each other to get permission for their husbands to. Tran Chu, Ted is coming soon. Let's go up the mountain to hunt some more wild animals. Let my husband go along to make some money too. My husband and I would even do odd jobs like carrying things. This time I'm just guiding Qin Zhao. Last time I called you to exterminate the wolves. You guys were cowards who clung to. Now, when they smell meat, they all swarm over to scavenge it. I don't need people who are only interested in profit. The men peeked through the crack in the door. I'm heartbroken that I didn't dare go wolf hunting the other day. So they formed their own group. He elected Dong as the team captain to go into the mountains. Even without old man Lu, we brothers would still have meat to eat. Let's take a different route and hunt by ourselves. Is the sound of the word east. What's going on here? Our village didn't set any traps in this area. We don't know either. As soon as I stepped past this spot, I was trapped by a bear and my leg was crushed. Are you all blind? That trap is huge, and you still tripped over it. You are from Daishu village. This is the territory of Daisui and we live separate lives, minding our own business. How dare you cross into Daisuyan territory to set traps and harm people? Yes, so what if I'm from Daishu village? What are you barking about? From the east, he was seriously injured. Let's take him home and bandage him up first. The brothers carried it from the east back to the village. You see? My villagers were crippled because of your trap. Furthermore, the rule on this mountain is that you are not allowed to set traps for large. He just placed the order. What can you do to me? The village of Daichu has been setting traps for many years. Where did this snot-nosed brat come from? Who do you think you are? Lu Wanshin is too quick. Unable to restrain himself, he lunged forward and grabbed one of the dared to cross into Daisuyan territory to set. Are you guys tired of living? No reimbursement for medical expenses today. Then get off this mountain immediately. Pay up? Are you blind? Throughout history, only the founding of this nation has been about exploiting others. Meeting each other is all fate. Let's talk about it slowly. A gunshot echoed through the village. The head of the founding emperor was blown off by a gunshot. The terrified crowd. He turned around and saw me standing not far away, holding a gun. While they haven't yet recovered from the shock, I immediately subdued Chu Erdan of Daju village. She pressed the dagger firmly against his throat. Damn it, you actually dared to fire a gun? Okay, just don't mess with Chu Erdan. I pressed the blade gently. The neck of the testicle is bleeding. Wait, what's the matter? Tell me slowly. What do you want in return for letting the second son go? Very simple. People from my village were injured by your animal traps. You guys just need to pay me back. I will release this person at will. Now go home and get the ransom money. Remember not to pull any tricks, or you won't get out alive. Chu Lapquag had no choice but to swallow his anger and leave with his men to get the money. Leave Chu and isekai'd behind as a hostage. Oh, I'm so tired. The two of you go ahead, I can't walk anymore. Don't wait for me anymore. Don't think I don't know what you're thinking. Get up and keep going, I can't keep up anymore. Mother, please don't blame your son for being unfilial. Just be quiet for a moment. I gripped my hunting rifle tightly, my heart filled with tension. A giant wild boar leapt out of the darkness. Its body was covered in wounds from animal traps and gunfire. This pig is really fat. If our two families divide it equally, we won't have to worry about starving this whole winter. Little Chu Ban's son. You two must be careful. This pig is covered in wounds. This proves it has been surrounded by hunters many times already. Very much seized our weapons. They're much smarter than ordinary wild boars. We should run away quickly. Well, it hasn't made any moves yet. Let's get out of here quickly. If they find us, we're dead. What are you running for? This wild boar is this big. The meat is definitely delicious. You've had a few hearty meals. Now I'll use my strategy to deal with it. He took the opportunity to practice his marksmanship skills. Good at shooting. Wait for the right opportunity, then fire. Mountains. It also stayed by its side, providing support and thereby attracting its attention. That, or maybe I should go lure it away. You're getting old. Slow and clumsy movements are unsafe. Shut up and just do as your father tells you. He has a lot of experience. If something bad happens, there's still my child to hold things back. How could I let my child take such a risk? The enraged wild boar glared at Uncle Lu, charging forward aggressively. Luckily it was him. If it had been Wanshan instead, he would probably have been scared stiff. The wild boar approached me. I raised my gun and shot it, hitting its rear end. It staggered a few steps, then turned and ran away. It absolutely cannot be allowed to escape. The three of us risked our lives chasing wild boars. Chu and isekai'd also ran closely behind me, stopping to adjust his position. Synchronize your breathing and aim straight at the nape of the wild boar. He pulled the trigger and the bullet lodged in a vital spot. But the wild boar still hadn't fallen down. Its eyes were bloodshot, completely insane. It charged aggressively straight towards us. It's not dead yet? Why is this pig charging at us like that? Dad, how resilient is this wild boar anyway? It's not working out, we need to take a break. Get up quickly. The wild boar is still running north. It will be too late to change it later. Damn, that little trick has been running around for half a day already. Aren't you tired? The child is fine. The shot just now was off target. The bullet only lodged in the wild boar's neck, not hitting any vital. The wild boars therefore became even more. The mountain dweller seized the opportunity to leap on it, swinging his fist down hard. But it aggressively threw him away. Uncle Lu immediately rushed to the rescue. What's going on? We've been taking turns attacking for a while now. As far as this wild boar is concerned, is it really just like scratching an itch? The wild boar suddenly stopped walking. It seems they're planning one last desperate gamble. Everyone be a little careful. It looks like this wild boar is determined to fight to the death, Dad. We'll improvise later, okay? He's exhausted. Let's go over there and see. Remember, you must be prepared for its counterattack. As everyone approached, I instinctively stabbed him again, and fresh blood gushed out. The wild boar collapsed and died on the spot. Your little brother's swordsmanship is truly amazing. It was almost dark. Uncle Lu immediately urged everyone to hurry down the mountain. But this wild boar weighs several hundred pounds. It's impossible to carry it all. This meat is for you. Give me a star. This meat is the result of everyone's hard work. I can't accept that. I cut about 20 or 30 kilograms of meat and threw it to the two-legged group. They wanted to use this opportunity to release him back to his... This one is so big, we can't lift it. Besides, he was able to help out just now. So, could you help us carry the remaining meat back to the village? It would be a waste to leave it behind. The sky was extremely dark. Everyone took a shortcut across a steep cliff. Suddenly, Wanshan slipped and fell down the cliff. In a moment of extreme peril, I lunged forward and grabbed his arm. Chu Erdan Ying grabbed my waist from behind. Uncle Lu also joined in pulling people along. I've already saved Wanshan twice before. This is the third time. Uncle, I really don't know how to repay you anymore. What are you talking about? We're going hunting together. Of course, I have to ensure Van Sun's safety. Did everyone hunt this wild boar? Otherwise, what? Let's quickly divide the meat. My family doesn't have a single grain of rice left to eat. This pig is the result of 2 or 3 of my sons and my little friend taking a risk. It has nothing to do with you. How can that be? Even if we didn't contribute anything, we certainly put in the hard work. My old king is still lying incapacitated in the forest over there. Today the horses must be divided among us. Otherwise, the family will starve. What does that have to do with her? This is the prey that our family hunted. When we got home, Uncle Lou, I suggest we share the prey and give the knife to Chu or Dan. Second egg when we hunted wild boars. He was there from beginning to end. He suggested how we should divide this meat. A test I gave to Chu or Dan. Chu or Dan isn't stupid either. He took the knife and cut the meat into equal portions. He deliberately chose the 2 largest pieces and gave them. Then his contribution was the greatest. Should receive the largest share. But the 2 or 3 children of the Lou family, we should contribute and take these few parts. The rest belongs to them. Okay, let's divide it as you suggested. Then I took Chu or Dan home with me. Here's a bowl of hot soup for you. Go inside and warm yourself by the fire. To be honest, I saw you were in pretty good shape on the mountain today. Would you like to join the hunting team? The shooting in our Daishuan village is not impossible. I am from Daishu village. How can we follow Daishuan village? Villagers, they still haven't brought the ransom money to pay the ransom. They abandoned him once already. She could abandon him a second time. Only then will we have meat to eat. Don't be foolish and suffer anymore. Drink it. Let's have some soup to warm ourselves up. The people on the cliff have endured the cold for so long. Thanks. The next morning I went to Uncle Lou's house. Announced the decision to have Chu or Dan join the team. Hunting for little tricks? It's not that I don't believe you. There are plenty of healthy young men in our village, aren't there? For no reason, my granddaughter chose someone, and he's even from Daichu village, Uncle. Yesterday, Chu and Dan followed us into the deep forest. Although he's a bit slow-witted, he has that advantage, being persistent and hardworking with weapons. Those men in our village just sit there waiting for things to fall into their lap. Uncle, I think what you said is right, so just do as you wish. Let's add Chu or Dan to our hunting team. Many people in Daisuyan village only know how to extort hunt, demanding to eat porridge and then breaking. It's really hard to trust or befriend someone like that. Chu and Dan is an outsider. I have no relatives or family ties here. We can safely take him hunting. While we're at it, let's also test his abilities and character. If it happens not to be suited, there's nothing to lose by driving them away. At least I have an extra assistant. That sounds reasonable. Let's drink. I went ahead. I went home and called Chu and Dan to come to the mountainside. I want to see what kind of person he is. He said he knew how to make small traps, so let's try making a few. Okay. Chu and Dan immediately set about setting the trap. I also helped him improve quite a bit. By the time we got home from the mountainous area, it was already dark. The next morning, at dawn, I woke Chu or Dan up. What's up? Let's go. We'll head into the mountains to see if we can find any prey caught in our traps. The two of us walked along the mountain road. In the mountains, thick fog. The road was slippery, so they had to walk one after the other. Slow down a little. After traveling for half an hour, they reached the outer mountainous region. Followed a trail from yesterday to check each trap. Seeing that they were about to reach the final trap, but still got nothing. Chu or Dan sighed helplessly. It looks like we're going to go home empty-handed today, Chu. He had just finished speaking. The trap ahead has shown signs of activity. Look, it's a fox. Wait, don't scare it, come here. Her belly is so big, she must be pregnant. Should we let her go? I tore a piece of my shirt. Gently bandage the fox's wounds. Run a little further away so they don't catch you. Otherwise, all my efforts will be wasted. I patted the fox and then let it go. In the end, we had no choice but, now that we've finished eating and drinking, let's go inside. We have meat at home today. The sky darkened and heavy snow began to fall again. Early the next morning, everyone heard a scream. They all rushed out onto the field. What's up? I just opened the door and shoveled the snow. I saw this wild rabbit lying right in front of the door. I don't know who left it. I carried the rabbit out the door to look for clues. Then they saw a small figure in the corner, trembling uncontrollably. What kind of animal is this? I went closer to take a look. That's the fox that was rescued yesterday. Yesterday, he and Dan went into the mountain. Can you save this pregnant fox? Then let it go. Unexpected, today, he actually brought a wild rabbit as a token of gratitude. It is just an animal. We also know how to be grateful for what you receive. He sacrificed his life for it. He gave the wild rabbit as a reward half an hour later. The story of the fox bringing a rabbit as a gift quickly spread. The news spread like wildfire throughout the... I suddenly heard some women sitting not far away. Have you told everyone what you heard? Tranchu saved the life of a fox. That fox actually brought a wild rabbit as a thank you gift. Is that really true? Even that animal knows how to show gratitude. That's 100% true. I've heard all the rumors too. The man named Tranchu, who was a skilled hunter. What incredible luck. If you bring wild rabbits as gifts every day, then their family would never have to worry about food or clothes. That's truly immense wealth. What more could you ask for? No wonder Lu Jiruo had to endure it, so that the sister could serve the same husband. Don't get angry, or you'll get sick. They're just jealous. As long as we all live our own lives well, that's enough. Trong Kaiwa was buried alive because of the incident where royals need nourishing food. When they heard about my family, they became jealous. Then they started spreading baseless rumors. What kind of gratitude is that? I think that guy Tranchu knows magic. Still retains traces. It was the fox spirit who lured Fox to give the wild rabbit as a gift. Please stop talking. Be careful. They might hear me. I'm just telling the truth now. Even if this reaches their ears, I'm not afraid. Why does your mouth sting so much? If I don't tear her mouth apart today. They hit a sore spot. That's why they're furious, right? The sisters share one husband. And then they use sorcery to trick Fox into bringing the wild rabbit. Otherwise, such a rare occurrence wouldn't happen. He was hit where it hurt. That's why he got so angry out of embarrassment, right? How dare you speak ill of our family, Andy? It was simply because of jealousy over the fox giving a wild rabbit as a gift. If you have the guts, go negotiate with him yourself. Tell him to bring one as a gift for her too. Go quickly and fetch a fox to cherish. The amount goes with the courage of the old king of the household. I couldn't even catch a single feather. Just you wait. I'll definitely teach those girls a lesson. After Dong Taihua left in a huff. This ridiculous charade has just ended. When I got home, I found that more than half of the meat I had prepared for attack. I then went to Uncle Lu's house. Upon entering, I saw Lu Wang. Sun was flying down, holding a dull knife, and sharpening it a little. My dad is inside the house. Come in, little girl, are you here? Come inside, child. I came to see you because I want to discuss going hunting in the mountains. My family still doesn't have enough New Year supplies. I don't know if you'd like to come along, but my grandson has never returned empty-handed from hunting. Of course, he wouldn't want to miss out. But heavy snow has blocked off the mountain these past few days. We have to wait a few more days. The weather was clear enough to get to the province. Why didn't you call me? I have an appointment with Uncle Lu later. We're running late. He just said that casually. Don't cry anymore. We had enough food at home for a while. It's very dangerous up in the mountains. I don't want you to go hunting anymore. That Vietnamese New Year is coming soon. How can these few things be enough? He went with Uncle Lu and Wan Chan. They had their help. Don't worry. These are the steamed buns I just steamed. Try some food first, and only leave after you've had your fill. That's delicious. Give me a sip of water. I have finished eating and drinking. Just finished arranging, intending to leave it. Then they saw the villagers had already ascended to the island in front of Tranchu. Let us go into the mountains with you. We are all ready. My house has my elderly mother upstairs and a young. If we don't hunt, how will we feed ourselves? You can leave if you want. But when going into the mountains, Uncle Lu and I are absolutely not allowed to run around. Must obey orders. Furthermore, the prey will be divided according to the effort put in. Only those who agree are allowed to follow. Agreed. We will definitely comply. Heavy snow covered the entire mountain. The mountain path is slippery and narrow, making it very easy to. I and Uncle Lu and his 2 or 3 children were already. Therefore, traveling is. But because they have to keep an eye, these inexperienced villagers. Therefore, the speed of movement is. There are many very narrow streets. Everyone, please slow down a little. These villagers clearly just wanted to follow along to loot. But anyway, he's from the same village as me. I also didn't feel comfortable saying anything harsh after going deeper. The snow-covered mountains began to fall. Whenever it snows, all the wild animals disappear into the distance. Therefore, finding prey is extremely difficult. I carefully held my gun and walked to the left. Everyone else hurriedly followed behind. A few dozen meters away, a skinny musk deer is busy foraging for food. Grab it, I'll take you first. At least the meat is better than going home empty-handed. Wow, so many musk deer. If we could catch the whole school, it would certainly be enough for us to eat our fill. Then gunshots rang out, startling even the animals, hiding deep in the bushes. A herd of musk deer panicked and scattered. Seeing this, the villagers quickly scattered to chase after him. Unexpectedly, the herd of musk deer charged straight towards them. The inexperienced people were frightened. In the blink of an eye, they panicked and scattered in all. The herd of musk deer seized the opportunity to escape. Uncle, given the situation, what should we do? Musk deer footprints. Although small, the print is very clear against the white snow. Let's split into 2 groups to surround them. The people went around to the front. We'll go around from here. Hurry up. I quickly divided everyone into 2 groups. My team went with Uncle Lu's 3 children. They form a team to surround the prey. The other team is responsible for herding the musk deer. This arrangement is illogical. With only a few of us, how could we possibly catch a deer? We don't have any hunting rifles anymore. If we encounter wild animals, who will save us? Or maybe Uncle Lu could come and lead our team. These people just want a share of the meat. But lazy, unwilling to put in the effort. Sweet promises made before departure. I've completely forgotten it. It has been agreed. Anyone who disobeys, wherever you came from, please go. Don't stand here getting in the way. We didn't mean it that way. It's just that we're afraid of making a wasted trip. We're just thinking about the bigger picture, that's all. Stop talking nonsense. Your job is simply to herd the deer into the encirclement. You don't need a hunting rifle to get the job done well, do you? When the villagers heard that, none of them dared to speak up. All we could do was watch helplessly as I and Uncle Lu's 3 children led the team away. At that moment, someone on the other team spoke up and made but was betrayed by Dong Shi, a notorious coward who feared death. The 3 men, always lurking behind, sneered and interrupted. Where are you going? Do you just do whatever Tranchu says? It makes no difference whether we're on this hunt or not. Wouldn't it be better to find somewhere to wait? I'm not comfortable with Trong Tam. I'm afraid he'll lead everyone astray. So I should carry my hunting rifle back into the snow. Dong Shi Tan didn't expect me to come back. The person froze in place. My eyes blazed with anger. Didn't Tranchu go with Uncle Lu and his 3 children? Why did you come back here? I can't go back. Stop talking nonsense. Hurry up. We haven't gone far yet. Suddenly, several wild wolves rushed out from the forest. Go into chapter 3 while you're walking. Falling behind, they surrounded him in an instant. Her eyes turned red as she stared at him. Tranchu, save me. My feet are bare. Please save me. I don't want to die. The villagers, terrified, kept backing away. What should we do now, Tranchu? I shook my head, took out my knife, and chopped off a nearby branch to start a fire. The flickering flame attracted the wolves. Tranchu, what are you doing? I asked you to save me, but you want to kill me? Idiot. Wild wolves are afraid of fire. If you don't drive them away, how can you want to turn it into why eat their food? What are you still standing there dumbfounded for? Get up quickly, you can't. My leg seems broken and I can't move it anymore. I coldly glared at him. He signaled with his eyes to the villagers behind him. Immediately afterwards, I raised my gun and aimed at the nearest wolf. A gunshot rang out and the wolf fell to the ground on the spot. The villagers quickly helped Chuanqi Tam sit down and I kept pulling the trigger. After 2 more gunshots, 2 more wolves lost their lives. Seeing this, the wolves shifted their focus and surrounded me tightly, waiting for an opportunity to passers-by, taking advantage of the moment when the wolf's attention was focused on the ceiling. Let's sneak away with the wolf's carcass. Several hundred pounds of that's enough to live a life of luxury for a while. Yes, I was genuinely moved, but if you follow the usual method, there will always be me, eat idiot. On what basis does he always agree to take us along? When you see a good deal, you have to grab it. Otherwise, even these 3 wolves couldn't salvage anything. The villagers were persuaded to secretly drag the wolf's carcass away. Dongqi Tam walked right in front, his face full of fondness. Are you planning to abandon me and devour my prey? The prey I hunt is absolutely not to be shared with anyone. What are you doing, Tranchu? Don't bring the wolf here, get out of here. If you don't want to die, follow me. I turned and ran towards the cave in the distance. Find a place to hide. Dongqi San still wanted to argue, but the pack of wolves was attracted by the smell of blood from the carcass of their dead. Change target. Listen quickly. Close in on that. The villagers, terrified, abandoned the wolf's carcass and scattered. Tromkai Tam Chi. I quickly led the group to find the cave. The firewood I gathered along the way was enough to burn all night. I lit a fire right at the entrance of the cave. After everything was arranged, he sat to one side, noticing the prying eyes. The pack of wolves hasn't left yet. Everyone, pull yourselves together and hold your weapons firmly. The pack of wolves hasn't gone. What follows could be a fierce battle. Clearly, they can hold themselves back. Why were the wolves deliberately trying to drag us in? Now that I'm locked up nearby, how can I get out? My wife is still waiting for me at home. I don't want to die here. If I hadn't brought you here, you all perished long ago. The night on the mountain was bone-filling with just relying on a few thin clothes. Do you think you can survive the night if you have the clothes on your back? Dream on. The villagers knew how to handle the situation themselves and didn't complain any further. They took turns hugging each other to keep warm. The cave gradually fell into silence. Until late at night, a blast of icy wind swept in, blew out the fire at the cave entrance. The pack of wolves immediately charged straight into it. Everyone woke up at the start. I immediately pointed my gun and fired. The villagers, also in panic, grabbed wooden sticks to defend. Having a barrier to stop them is enough. Everyone, run away. The villagers looked at each other hesitantly, then timidly huddled together again. Every shot I fired was after it. He then took down 3 more wolves. The pack of wolves was temporarily intimidated and dared not advance. Even a bunch of beasts know how to assess the situation. Come on, all of you, let's see how sharp your claws are. Or maybe my hunting rifle is more powerful. Don't look at us. It was Tranchu who killed. Your accomplices have nothing to do with us. Unless the current circumstances do not permit it. Crowd, this backstabber deserved a good beating long ago. Tranchu went hunting because he was persuaded by you. They have an obligation to ensure safety for. We need to quickly figure out a way to get us out safely. What did you do when I told you to cooperate? If only they had listened to my plan to surround the musketeer from the... Then, essentially, there would have been no encounter with... Isn't this something you brought upon yourself? Dongqi's face turned pale with silence. I raised my gun again. If you want to survive and return home, obediently listen. Even the Jade Emperor himself couldn't save you. My hunting rifle ammunition only has enough for 4 more wolves. The rest they'll have to rely on themselves. Suddenly a pack of wolves rushed out. The pack of wolves gathered together in front. The alpha wolf howled, giving the order for the pack to surround them once more. My pupils contracted. I grabbed my gun and rolled right to the side of the fire. They managed to relight the fire just in time before the wolves pounced. The pack of wolves stopped in their tracks. I immediately pointed my gun and shot the alpha wolf in the head. Leader met a tragic end. This completely enraged the pack of wolves. They braved the flames. He charged wildly straight towards me. Seeing that, Dongqi and his group seized the opportunity to sneak behind the pack of wolves. They ran away and disappeared. We cannot abandon. If he's not wearing this shirt, he'll be bitten to death by the wolves. If he wants to save himself, he should come back. Don't drag us along. The parasitic creature had a very hard time escaping. Why would I turn back? Tranchu is so capable. They will definitely retreat safely. If we go back, we might only hinder him further. The villagers had only fled a few hundred meters when they ran into each other. Degree and group, Uncle Lou's hunting party blocked the road. What happened? Why are you all so panicked? Why are only the Tranchu people here? Where are they? Tell me quickly, where exactly is he? They still refuse to say what happened to Tranchu Ca. I'll blow your heads off with one shot. Tranchu is in a cave not far from here. He was surrounded by wolves, then surrounded by wolves. How did you manage to escape and get here? That's not right, those damn bastards abandoned them. He let himself escape. We only managed to escape thanks to the strong network of connection. Can't you see how badly injured I am? Do not run away when in danger. Are you really going to force us to be buried alongside Tran? I guess you guys usually rely on each other. Now, Tranchu clearly knows the boy is in danger, isn't he? How could you possibly abandon it? I'm extremely disappointed in you people. I'll settle the score with you all when I get back to the village. Back inside the cave, I was covered in wounds by then. The fire had gone out again. The pack of wolves became increasingly aggressive and charged. At a time when you were completely exhausted, outside the cave entrance, 2 gunshots suddenly rang out. Lord Tranchu, are you all right? Where are you? Tranchu Ca apologizes for being late. There's nothing to apologize for, it was just bad luck. Uncle, please keep your nephew here. It's those beasts again. Didn't you learn your lesson from last meeting that you dare come here to surrender again? Unfortunately, we'd run out of hunting rifle ammunition. Otherwise, today you would have sent him away never to return. You're quite bold, kid. He dared to confront a whole pack of wild wolves all by himself. There's no other way, uncle. Either they die, or I die. But I don't want to die young yet. The wolf plow was finally forced back by the torch. I quickly called Long Shan to help carry the pile of wolf carcasses. Before leaving, we threw the burning logs out the shop to deter the wolves. The men hastily retrieved to safety. Where are those 3 men from the Dong family? Did anyone see them on the road? Just thinking about those ungrateful people makes me furious. How dare you leave your grandchild alone to fight the wolves? Hunting trip. These guys are useless except for getting in the way. I'll absolutely never bring them along again next time. There will never be a next time. When the 3 of us had just arrived home, I gently pushed the door open and stepped in. Lu Jiruo, with tears streaming down her face, immediately threw her. Transhu, why am I so badly injured? Is that okay? I told you not to take such risks. Is there still enough food at home? Why'd I insist on going on such a risky event? What if something unfortunate happens to me? My mother and I don't know how we're going to live. I'm sorry, accidents on the mountain are unpredictable. Don't worry, he only had a few minor scratches. The bloodstains on his body were mostly from wild animals. Then I pointed to the 2 wolf carcasses I was carrying in my hands. Lu Jiruo saw. They opened their eyes wide and I carried the wolf's carcass into the hospital. I dragged the person back to Lu Jijing had already brought the water. It was so hot that they passed it over a wet towel after harvesting so much. Brother-in-law, you should stay home these days and not go out anymore. Tet, Vietnamese Lu. Don't make her worry. Assured, lately, he hasn't been going up the mountain to celebrate the Lunar New Year with everyone. If there's anything, let's talk privately, old man Lu. We truly know we were wrong. I was so scared at that time. We didn't have the courage to stay. Only hinders the ceiling. It really wasn't intentional. This time, we were lucky to have Transhu come to our rescue for a while. I will come to the door to express my gratitude. Would Kron KY Tam like to join us in expressing our gratitude? Go away, what are you going to do? If it weren't for Transhu, my leg would have been broken. This is not a bad thing. I'm lucky I didn't go looking for him to settle the score. If you want to leave, then go by yourselves. No one said anything more. Turn around and leave. What are you still sitting there for? My house doesn't have any extra beds for you to rest on. Lu Wanshan, you've gone too far. My leg is injured like this. Why would you criticize me for sitting a little long? It is an eyesore, and take me home. Take him home. Imagine running away with such agility. Now they're pretending to be pitiful again. Get out of here or all. It'll make it impossible for him to walk with his other leg either. Chapter 3 glanced at Lu Wanshan. He calmly left the Lu family's house. On the other hand, I just finished treating a wound. There was a knocking sound at the gate. Lu Jiruo went to open the door. I saw a group of villagers standing outside the gate. Hey everyone, it's already this late. You people have come here simply because you're afraid of causing too much trouble. We heard that Transhu has returned. I should come specifically to express my... Is it convenient for us to come in? If it weren't for Transhu's help, we definitely won't be able to come back. We did it wrong back in the mountains. Please don't hold a grudge against us. We don't need your thanks. It's getting late. Go get some rest early. We know we've disappointed you. But this thank you is sincere. Later, if you need anything, we will definitely do our best to help. I turned around and closed the gate to the yard. What did they mean by what they said? Is the danger even related to them? That's all in the past now. It's late, let's go to sleep. Early morning of New Year's Eve, Lu Ji, weak and lingering emotions swept away the snow accumulation. Then, together we'll finish off the wolf meat. Several hundred kilograms of meat hanging. Sister, there's a homeless person outside. I took out 2 steamed buns to examine them. Yes, sister, please be careful. It's okay, this is my own front door, he wouldn't dare do anything. Lu Jiruo went to the door and handed over the steamed buns. The homeless man snatched it and devoured it. Finish eating and leave quickly. My family doesn't have much food left either. Don't come here again later. Sister, the steamed buns are ready, come in quickly. That evening, there was suddenly a frantic knocking at the door. Someone. Lu Jiqing put the green vegetables down, wiped her hands, and strode out to open the door. Let me go take a look. Outside the door stood a rude stranger. His lecherous eyes stared intently at her, and he rubbed his hands together. This must be my sister-in-law, right? Hello, my name is Gran Van. He's a distant cousin of Mr. Transhu, and he came to visit him during the New Year. Is it okay for you to come inside, brother-in-law? My distant cousin is coming over. My cousin doesn't have any cousins. Do you need anything? Look what my cousin is saying. Is it impossible to find him if there's no reason? We are relatives. Stop talking nonsense. What exactly is going on? I just heard that my cousin is very good at hunting. I'd like to ask you to guide me with a small matter. Surely my cousin won't refuse this, right? I haven't been in the mood to go to the mountains lately. You should find someone else. After I became famous, these greedy relatives deliberately came knocking on the door. Ha ha, Transhu. Happy New Year. My cousin, please come and help out, it's not necessary. Very quickly, Lu Jiruo and Lu Jiqing brought the meat out. I took the meat and gave it to each of my relatives in turn. Happy New Year, uncles. He was injured while hunting a few days ago. Therefore, I couldn't come to visit. Please don't take this meat to heart. Have a joyful Lunar New Year. The relatives couldn't stop laughing. Hastily took the meat. Tran Van, standing beside him, also waited, his eyes bulged, but didn't get a single piece. This is my cousin Transhu. Have you forgotten me? All the other guys don't have me anymore. Why should I give it to you? Tran Van Cow has hands and feet. Instead of hunting for food himself, he has the nerve to come here and beg for a meal. That's really embarrassing for your parents. We hadn't been around for years, and as soon as I arrived, they demanded my things back. Are you afraid others won't know your purpose? Ha ha ha, gentlemen. What everyone is saying is wrong. I wanted to ask my cousin to take me hunting, not that I wanted to. You can't just sit back and enjoy the fruits of others. Everyone dare to say they went to the trouble of traveling from afar to wish each other. It's not because of these pieces of meat. Lie. We came here because we care about Chen Zhao, right? So everyone put the meat down. Your cousin is so talented. I'm sure you won't be short of this piece of meat. It's New Year's Day, so let me have some fun, cousin. The famine is becoming increasingly severe. There are quite a few cases of people fighting over food to the death. He also has to support few women. Stockpiling more food is the main task. Going up the mountain to hunt for food is the quickest way. Don't shake hands with strangers. Take her along with you. It's easier for family members to look after you. If something really happens, we can still protect them. Sister-in-law and younger. It's all for your own good. Lu Ji. Upon hearing this, Ruo and Lu Jiqing felt a little uneasy. My mind is wavering, but the final decision still rests in my hands. Besides food, other things are also important. Do you have any money? All the money was spent on food. Prices outside have been skyrocketing for a long time now. Please stop being so generous with giving away food. We must stock up on food. We, Tran are outsiders. What's wrong with family members helping each other? Why are you targeting us so much today? What do you want to do for the new year? Everyone, call out the able-bodied people in the house. Let's go up the mountain with my cousin Tran Shu. The relatives fell silent upon hearing that. Tran turned his head to look at me, waiting for my choice. I secretly thought I could sell some of the animal meat. It's possible to make extra warm clothes for the family. It can also be sold. Thanks for the reminder. I'll consider what you said, but it's too late now. Come home early for the New Year's Eve dinner. Okay, cousin. Think carefully about it. Tomorrow I'll come again to see you, Tran carrying the meat and leaving. The other relatives also took the meat and went home. I don't like Tran but what he said makes sense. It's too dangerous for him to go up the mountain alone. This time, he was lucky to have the 3 young men to follow him. Having another person to help, yes. That's right, brother-in-law. Family members are always more trustworthy than strangers, no matter how on the brink of life and death. There are no family members or strangers among them. If Tran had been there at that time, they'll probably run away too. Just leave him like the other villagers. Instead of relying on others, I'd rather rely on myself and the wolfskins I got 2 days ago. The students quickly processed the task and went, blankets or robes to keep warm. Just choose whichever one is comfortable and fits well and keep it. Give the leftover portion to him. He will take it to sell for money. Selling it isn't necessary. If you don't use it this year, you can still use it next year, you silly. Even after 5 years, he will still will bring more animals back. There's no need to regret the situation. I'm hungry, Tran said. Both of you should remember this. Prepare more food and drinks. He had a feeling things would get even more difficult later on. This year is the last bit of peace. Lu Jiruo and Lu Jiqing looked at each other. He nodded in agreement and began preparing supplies. Early the next morning, the two of them had just woken up. Then there was a knock on the door. The people who arrived were the entire Tran family. Tran Shu wishes you a happy new year. I hope I'm not disturbing your family. Luckily, thanks to the meat my nephew gave me yesterday. Otherwise, your aunt's family will only have watery porridge to eat to get through the year. The house has nothing else in it. Please don't complain about these green vegetables. Auntie will go down to the kitchen this afternoon to cook a delicious meal for you kids. Lu Jiruo and Lu. Seeing this, he quickly ran after them to stop them. But was ignored by Tran mother. Auntie, please don't bother her. Let us do it right, Auntie. 3 people have come as guests. How could I let my aunt lay a hand on me? We're family. Why be so formal? If the two of them feel shy. Then they went to the kitchen to help out while Tran Shu and Tran rested. Looks generous. The house didn't have much food in reserve. She had no idea. I had already hidden most of the meat in the cellar. To deter wild animals and those with malicious intentions. Last night I cooked meat to give to relatives. It's just a way to deceive people. In the kitchen, the 3 women became very busy. Tran quickly came over to my side. He eagerly brought up the topic of going to the mountain. What do you think about what my cousin said yesterday? I finished preparing everything. We can go up the mountain anytime. He has thought about it. I'm dropping this. Forget it. Why would you throw it away? Do you still want to go with those people from the village? They're all taking advantage of him. He doesn't intend to bring them along. I also didn't intend to take my younger brother along on the dangerous mountain. It's fine if you alone, but if you bring a disciple along, you have to be prepared. Make sure you're safe. Remember what happened to you. He doesn't know what to say to Andy Free. Tran immediately fell silent. He only wanted to freeload and had absolutely no intention of taking any risks. I believe you can understand me, I said, turning and walking into the yard. Tran Kai could only ignore it. The lunch was unusually quiet. Tran mother tried to strike up a conversation, but I subtly avoided them all. I didn't see any fruit or anything. After finishing the dishes, she immediately dragged Tran. Before leaving, he even made Tran give me a letter. Mom, does this method really work? Tran Chu had already flatly refused. Whether it is effective or not, later you'll know what your family's circumstances are like. I understand. You must cling tightly to this thigh of Tran Chu. Only then will we have meat. My mother had already been. His wife's sister is a widow. Everyone in the village was saying he had 2 wives. Have a good relationship with it. Don't tell me it's my sister-in-law. Even his first wife could end up with that son. I know. I'll listen to you, Mom. Tran mother dragged him straight to the village head's house. I would like to request assistance in transferring my household registration to Tai. Wait until we settle down, then gradually win me over, everyone. Greetings to the village chief. We are relatives of Tran Chu. I'd like to ask if it's possible to transfer my household registration to this address. Tran Chu lives alone. We live relatively close so we can help each other. Yes, village chief, my cousin was injured while hunting a few days ago. Need a caregiver. We also want to contribute a little. I apologize for the inconvenience. The status of those people. I am also powerless in this village. You all understand the rules, so I won't say any more. Rules are rigid, but people are lively. Could you be a little more flexible, sir? If I set this precedent, who knows how many people will come to bother us from behind? If things get too chaotic, I don't know how I'll clean up and our village chief understands. Sorry to bother you, but Happy New Year. Tranchu will have to trouble you to take care of him more. Tranvan's mother quickly pulled him away. As soon as the two men left, the village chief came out to find me. While I'm at it, I'll also take this opportunity to remind you of this matter. After hearing that, a dark glint flashed in my eyes. These two mother and daughter seem intent on raising a protracted camp. The village chief thanked him. New Year's greetings reminder. After I nodded, the guest turned around and told his wife to bring out a considerable amount of pigskin. Take this little piece of pigskin, sir, and wear it on your wrist. I'm even afraid I'll do something unnecessary. Why is that? Luckily, thanks to your help, I avoided trouble. In the future, for similar situation, please inform me promptly. Assured, I'll definitely let you know first. Everyone else is busy. I won't bother you anymore. The village chief was carrying a pig's hide as he walked away. I'm about to close. I saw quite a lot again. It's like people are staring intently at the pigskin like tigers stalking their prey. Then a few figures emerged from the shadows. I immediately paced after that. Village chief, please wait. I wanted to talk to you about these refugees. Is there anything you need my help with? From the time of the famine until now, quite a few migrants lingered around the village. I'm worried about not having a fixed place to live for too long. Hunger will drive them to do crazy things. Great, you're the first person to come to me to discuss this. I wasn't mistaken about you. I had planned this migration project well in advance. Reported to higher authorities. After the new year, the higher authorities will send someone to make arrangements. Don't worry, so that's how it is. Then I felt relieved. After the village chief left, I went home. Start cleaning up the hunting spoils. Time flew by, and now it was the 22nd day of the month. Early that morning, I took my hunting rifle and went to the Liu family's house. I saw the 2 or 3 members of the Liu family huddled by the fireplace. I teased him aloud. Uncle Liu and grandson. The new year went by pretty well, didn't? After such a long rest, if you still don't go up the mountain, you might have completely forgotten your hunting skills. This should not be delayed. Let's go now, kid. So, you're the new guy who just arrived here. I just discussed with my father about going to the mountains in the next. I didn't expect you to arrive so soon. Thanks to you, the Liu family had a very comfortable Lunar New Year celebration. Even if I had to lie in bed for a month, I would still have plenty, but the famine became increasingly severe. We must take advantage of this opportunity to stop. I spent every day at home worrying. It would be better to go up the mountain and stockpile some more food. Be prepared when necessary. That's absolutely right. Let's go up the mountain. 3 men, carrying hunting rifles, walked shoulder to shoulder. As soon as they entered the mountains, they spotted it. Hidden in the snow were quite a few animals hibernating. Lu Wenshin, agitated, raised his gun, ready to I immediately stopped him. Hold on, don't fire. This place is full of small prey. Anyway, we're already here. We have to pull off a big height. The moment the shots were fired, it would alarm the wilder. Other animals that are hybrid, but even though flies and mosquitoes are small, there's, at this point, not a single penny or dime can be overlooked. Rest assured, only children would choose it. He took everything, so I pulled the animal trap out of my bag. Come closer to the animals that are hibernating. They laid down quite a few traps. Go somewhere else and take a look. Maybe we'll even harvest something. That kid is really well prepared. Neither my father nor I thought that far ahead. There are people at home waiting for you to bring back the prey. How can you feel at ease without thorough preparation? The 3 men turned their backs and walked towards the mulberry trees in the mountains. What terrible luck. Or maybe we should go back and catch those little ones that are hibernating. Having a harvest is always better than coming home empty-handed. That's right, old Lou said as soon as he finished speaking. A sound resembling anger echoed from afar. The 3 of them simultaneously turned around, their eyes shining brightly. The animal trap worked. Come and take a look. The 3 men immediately turned back. All I saw was a wild boar lying sprawled on the snow. Both front legs were trapped tightly. I raised my hunting rifle and decisively pulled the trigger. The wild boar died right there. The 2 or 3 members of the Liu family still couldn't find it and took a deep breath. This hunting rifle was originally a very poor shooter. Yet, Tranchu was able to hit the head with every shot. Why are you looking at him? This wild boar is this big. I can't even carry the meat home anymore. Let's stop here. The 3 men worked together to pull the wild boar carcass out. Bury the animal trap back in the snow. Use rope to tie the wild boar up. Each person pulled one end down the mountain. As soon as they reached the foot of the mountain, they met other villagers who were going out the mountain to hunt. Tranchu Lu, you 2 are so talented. They disappeared so quickly, and yet they've already hunted down a wild. That's truly enviable. Why did everyone give us a call before going up the mountain? We are very strong porters. Let us drag this pig back. No need to bother everyone. The 3 of us pulled it up without any problem. He was also someone who had helped us before, and he contributed. That is the right thing to do. Just let us do it for my cousin. He's really amazing. It's easy to hunt such a large prey. If we could get half of that. If he had the strength of character, he wouldn't have had to starve. Why are you here? Tranvan moved his household registration here a few days ago to settle down. It's perfectly normal for him to be here. Tranchu, drag the wild boar back first. If anyone wants to go hunting, they can just go up into the mountains. There are many wild animals hibernating there, so be careful. There will surely be a harvest. The villager's eyes lit up upon hearing this. He immediately turned around and headed up the mountain. Only Tranvan remained standing still in the same spot. His cold eyes stared at me. My cousin is planning to leave right now, but it doesn't seem like a good time. What do you want to do? The famine is becoming increasingly severe. Meat coupons in town are too expensive. Everyone is from the same village and neighborhood. Can you give me some of the meat? Dividing the meat is impossible. This wild boar was hunted by the 3 of us working together. Even if he agrees, we wouldn't be in the right. There's no such law. Everyone gets a share, even if they don't take the meat. I just wanted my cousin to share some resources with me. Teach me how to shoot a gun. Later, when I go hunting by myself, I won't be to bother anyone anymore. Tranvan outwardly claimed he wants to learn skills. Then they took advantage of the situation. That's right, cousin. I only have 1 milling cutter. Would you mind giving me this hunting rifle? He didn't notice, but I did. This hunting rifle belongs to the Liu family. We just lent it to Tranchu to use. Don't you dare daydream about it. If I'm not going to lend it, then I won't. But what about the matter of my cousin teaching me how to shoot? Do you really want to study? What did my cousin mean by those words? I came here with good intentions. He wouldn't be so petty as to refuse, would he? Of course not. If you want to learn, I'll teach you, okay? In that case, I'll have to trouble my cousin. Don't be shy, follow me to find a prey to use as a model. I only taught it once. I picked up my gun, turned around, and headed up. A few scattered villagers followed the 3 children of the Lu family. After tying up the wild boar, they quickly chased after it. Everyone went to where the wild boar trap was earlier. Then they saw a wild rabbit in a hollow in the tree. I raised my hunting rifle. He turned around, smiled at Tran Van, then pulled the trigger with a loud bang. The bullet pierced the hare's head with precision. The rabbit died right there. The 3 members of the Lu family were completely stunned. Is it that simple? I thought it would be much harder to shoot. The villagers looked at Tran Van Bang with contempt. Hunting rifles are extremely difficult to control. In a village, apart from Tran Chu, no one else fires. It's not that easy. One shot and it'll blow your head off. Tran Van is truly a fool, daydreaming in broad daylight. My cousin lent me his hunting rifle to try out for a bit. Uncle Lu already said the gun belongs to the Lu family. If my uncle won't lend it to me, then I'm out. I didn't intend to borrow it. It was just a practice shot. I'll go to the market tomorrow to buy one too. Lu Wenshan saw that he was arrogant and conceited. Intentionally wanted to tease a fan. Then generously waved his hand. Let Tran Chu lend it to him. It only takes a few bullets. I also want to see how formidable your younger brother is. Everyone, open your eyes wide and watch. Tran Van took the hunting rifle that Tran Chu handed him. Imitating the appearance of Tran Chu, raised a name. Tran Chu stood to one side with his arm. A mocking expression was clearly visible in his eye. This kid won't actually hit it, will he? Even Uncle Lu wasn't sure he could hit him, so what makes you think he could? No sooner had he finished speaking than a gunshot rang out, striking the Lord. The bullet lodged straight into the snow. It missed its target. Can Tran Van do it? Weren't you being quite boastful just a moment ago? The scene was silent for a moment. Then Lu Wanshan, the vanguard, burst into loud laugh. The villagers also joined in the mockery. I thought you were a sharpshooter. Is this all the result? If you're incompetent, don't act like you're superior. Give the gun back. Stepmothers, shut your mouths. If you have the guts, come and shoot. Tran Van still refused to give up and stubbornly raised his gun. This time I'm absolutely certain I'll win. Tran Van gazed at the carcass of the wild rabbit. But they kept aiming and still didn't fire. Just keep stalling. Who knows, maybe he's landed blindly walking straight into the barrel of your gun. Overwhelmed with shame and anger, Tran Van forcefully pulled. This time the bullet veered even further off course. Fly high into the sky. Is Tran Van shooting birds or shooting at thin air? What right do you have to laugh at me? Come on, try shooting me. We know our own level of ability. That's why I wouldn't be foolish enough to challenge Chen Dao. If you're incompetent, go home and practice more. His skills were terrible, and then he broke someone's gun. Give me back my gun. Lu Wanshan reached out to Chen Wen to take back the gun. I stood aside, coldly observing this drama. The price I paid to learn this shooting technique. Even in his wildest dreams, Tran Van would never have imagined that I would be the one to meet. Let's try again and see what happens. Lu Wanshan didn't say a word. He directly advanced and snatched the gun back. I took the opportunity to step back and stand next to a village. I gestured for him to come and talk. The secretary sighed and then followed me. Secretary, I have something I want to ask you. Let's go over there and talk for a bit. Tran Chu, I know you want to ask about Tran Van Chuen Ho. Regarding this settlement issue, I'm really at a loss. He asked so many relatives for help, including the elderly members of the Tran family. A crowd of people surrounded me. I really couldn't refuse. I understand, but what I want to ask is, his real purpose in coming here. What else could it be besides another deadly famine? We consider ourselves to have the best standard of living around here. There were many people who wanted to move here before. I flatly refused them all. It's just that he has too many relatives backing him up. I had no choice but to admit if Tran Van had already plotted against me. Then I'll slowly play a trick on him. I calmly returned to the group. Looking at Tran Van, he still seems, if they wanted to borrow a gun to continue shooting, they would advise. Don't try again. Trying again would only be a waste of ammunition. Shut your mouth, I'm sure I'll hit the target. Since there are so many people here today, and don't let everyone's trip be in vain, let's go deep into the mountains to hunt a bear. What do you all think of Tran Chu? Lu Wanshan never expected this. I then took the initiative to offer to lead the villagers deeper into the mountain. The lesson was abandoned by the villagers. It was still clearly visible last time. But the villagers immediately became agitated. Are you really going to take us up the mountain to hunt bears? Of course it's true. People from the same village helping each other is the right thing to do. To be frank, it's better to offend now than to be offended later. It's very dangerous in the deep mountain. I can't protect everyone. If you're in danger, you have to fend for yourself and pray for blessings. If anything goes wrong, don't blame me. Upon hearing this, everyone began to Tran Van Lai did not realize the danger. On the contrary, she enthusiastically nodded in agreement to go with him. Have you thought this through carefully? In front of so many people, you must keep your word. Don't worry, sir, I absolutely will not go back on my word. Tran Van, think about it. Going back up the mountain to hunt wild animals isn't as simple as you think. Is this your first time, or should you go home and prepare more? There's nothing to think about. If my cousin can return safe and sound, so can I. Tran Van's blind self-confidence dispelled any remaining apprehension. The last remaining fear of a section, they raised their hands, insisting on following me. Let me go with you. Since that's the case, there's no time to delay. We're leaving now. Are the 3 of us going too? Or maybe we should just drag the wild boar home first and see what happens. What if something bad happens? We can also lend a helping hand to Tran Chu. The group had just advanced deep into the mountains. Their footprints, the giant print on the snow attracted everyone's attention. I squatted down to try and measure the size of the footprint, carefully determine the animal's direction of movement. I then continued leading the group forward. The hunting rifle had been retrieved by Uncle Lu a long time, but he kept staring at my hand with a look in his eyes. It was obviously strange that they thought I had tampered with the gun. That's what caused him to miss just now. At this moment, not far away, a brown bear appeared on the snow. Kind of paced high quickly. I was just about to pull the trigger. Tran suddenly rushed forward. He snatched the hunting rifle from my hand. What are you doing? What the hell are you doing, Tran? The bear is right in front of us. Quickly give the gun back to Tran. What does Tran want to do? Quickly returned to Tran actions that terrified the villagers. Everyone recoiled in panic, shouting warnings. The brown bear just woke up. Although he's rather small in stature, he's starving. Once they spotted their prey, they won't stop and, basically, it's not something we can fight against. A bunch of idiots, like Tran have been messing with the gun. I just missed. This is my true strength. As soon as Tran finished speaking, he firstly pulled the trigger. The startled brown bear roared angrily. Tran shot still missed. Why did it miss? Did he tamper with the gun? Everyone saw it. I don't have time for tricks. If you're not good at it, practice more. Don't pass the responsibility of giving me the gun to me. It's impossible to be certain that it's due to the great distance. Just wait and see Tran point his gun. Carefully move towards. The brown bear cub is furiously attacking the trees, searching for sound sources in the snow. The secretary wanted to call him back, but the villagers covered his mouth. Tran fired his gun from a distance of 5 meters but still missed. The brown bear locked onto its target, roared, and lunged at him. Tran quickly save the people. Tran, are you blind? Quickly save me, she pleaded. Tran, don't save him. Let him fend for himself. Tran, save me, with me, she's your cousin, and yet your conscience isn't bothering you? Stop being such a moral kidnapper, who do you think you are? I took out the animal fins and rabbits and arranged them for the villagers. Act. Set animal traps around the bear. Chop the wild rabbit into small pieces to attract its attention. Let me handle it. On what basis are you using me as bait? If I die, will you be able to bear the responsibility? They said it was dangerous before we even went up the mountain. He insisted on going. He deserved to die. He did it intentionally. I deserve half of this bear. You didn't use any strength at all. And where else would they put half their dignity? If I hadn't been the bait. Those who can set traps for animals deserve the greatest credit. I deserve it. That's because your attempt to show off failed. If it weren't for Chinjiao, he would have lost his life long ago. How do you want to divide it, Tran? We all followed him back to the village and we'll split up later. Loud noises can attract wild animals. Everyone, please drag the brown bear away. I called 2 or 3 of Uncle Lu's sons to go fetch the wild boar. On the way, Uncle Lu suggested not sharing the meat with Tran. Tran is no pushover. Don't give him any of it, or he'll know it's difficult and back down. If he participates, it will tarnish his reputation. Just give him some fertilizer, we need to get rid of him. But we couldn't bring ourselves to speak. The villagers brought the brown bear back to the village first. When Tran tried to divide the meat, he was stopped. They already have wild boars. If we divide this puzzle among ourselves, we'll end up with more. No, we have to wait for the group led by Tran to return. We cannot cut off future opportunities. With such a severe famine, this amount of meat will last for several days. Secretary, please say something. It is absolutely necessary to include the ceiling price. I didn't put in the effort, so I have no say in the matter. He waited for Tran to arrive and then they discussed it. Tran, don't cause trouble. Wait until Tran arrives, and your household registration isn't here. Haven't the right to interfere in village affairs. I led 2 or 3 of Uncle Lu's sons to drag the wild boar over. The villagers immediately gathered around to ask about dividing the meat. Tran. Whatever the bear decides how to divide the spoils, we'll all follow his lead. The villagers were visibly delighted that the meat was divided equally. I added that I wanted the bear skin. Everyone agreed enthusiastically. Only Tran jumped out the object. I disagree. I also want bear skin. He has a wild boar, let me have it. What does that have to do with you? Who asked for your opinion? Get lost. He's not from the village, so he has no right to share the meat. Just a moment ago they were urging us, that sneaky bear must be really disgusting. The villagers began butchering the bear. Nobody cared about Tran insults. I told Uncle Lu's 2 or 3 sons to handle the wild boar. The villagers proactively offered 2 pieces. Tell them to take it first, then the villagers lined up to share the meat. Tran stood beside him, muttering curses. In the end, everyone got a share of the meat. He's the only one who doesn't have any of my meat. There are still some scraps of meat here. If you want to take it, then, otherwise, never. You're not from the village, you're not entitled to a share. Are you guys using this to trick me? Even if I didn't contribute anything, I certainly put in the effort. Stop talking nonsense. If you cause any more trouble, we won't be polite to you. The villagers took the meat and left. I finished processing the bearskin. He took his share and then turned around and left. Only Tran and the secretary remained in the open field. Tran was unwilling to accept his fate and begged the secretary to. They're being so unreasonable. He doesn't care. It's because you yourself are too ostentatious. This is your own fault. If I get my share of meat, I won't give any to you. Transhuan, just wait and see. This isn't over yet. My brother's property and his people will not be spared. Why are there only 20 or 30 kilograms today, sir? He and his 3 children went up mountain. It wasn't worth this much. This bear meat is being divided equally on the villager. The wild boar, once divided up at Uncle Lou's house, will be... Don't worry, there's enough meat, that's good. During this time, you could just rest at home. Go out to Zon hanging up the mountain. Lu Jiqing hugged the bear skin, following closely behind, her eyes reddened. Why don't you say anything about your feelings? If something happens, don't keep it a secret from your family. I'm fine. My brother-in-law is overthinking things. Your eyes are all red, the child said. It's okay, sister, she had. What's wrong with you? After he left, Tran Dan came to my house and threatened me, forcing me to follow. Otherwise, they will drive us out of the village. He and the party secretary sided with him. We were very scared. I'm afraid there's really nowhere to go. It seems like we need to teach Tran Dan a good lesson. Don't be afraid, kid. He doesn't have that kind of ability. He's angry at everyone up on the barren mountain. The new village won't keep him here. He has a job he wants you guys to do. Go ahead and say it. We will definitely try our best. There was more meat than we could eat at home. Take them to the market and exchange them for useful things. While we're at it, let's take out the little wolf from the other day and bring it home to... Later, it will protect the wolf house. It's a very humane creature. It certainly hasn't forgotten us, yes. The 2 sisters were busy checking the meat outside. Suddenly, there was a frantic knocking at the door. The secretary's voice rang out. Does Transhu have a house? Open the door, there's something we need to discuss. Does Chen Zhao have a house? I came to discuss arranging accommodation for Tran Dan. The story of Tran Dan Sao is living. Why are you looking for us? The letter isn't meant to arrange for him to stay at my house, is it? My house is already very cramped for 3 people. I can't help you. Find someone else to go to Transhu. He's your cousin, but he's an orphan with no relatives. Could you help me out a bit? Once I've finished getting my household registration and house stock, consider this a favor I owe you. He is not suitable to stay in the village. If he doesn't leave, the village will descend into chaos. On what basis do you say that? He just arrived and already caused such a big problem. Who in the village would welcome it? He can go wherever he wants, and nobody can kick him out. Tran Dan Loi hadn't finished speaking yet. Lu Jiqing brought a basin of cold water, splashed directly onto him. How dare you throw water at me? A smart dog shouldn't block the road, or else get out of the way. My house still has plenty of cold water. Uncle, why are you dragging me to do this? I just prefer staying. It's so cold, I could freeze to death. No one will pick up the corpses on the street. My mother had already slept with your uncle. There's a small problem I can't even help with. The 3 of us heard that. They looked at each other and then burst into loud laughter. You scared me to death just now. I thought he was going to hit me. Your sister is very good at showing affection. With me here, I'll protect those 2 sisters who dare to do anything wrong. He will chop off his arm. Later, if he's not home. You 2 don't need to show him any deference either. I know, I'll protect myself. And Miss Tran Van followed the secretary home. He curled up huddled by the fire. Don't tease Tran Chu anymore. Now you know where to stay. Think of a way quickly. Either you go stay with another relative or you stay with me. You choose. 2 days later I brought the meat to the Lu family's house. Find 2 or 3 of them and ask Uncle Lu for help. I hope I'm not bothering you, Uncle. I have something to tell. If you want to ask the 2 of you to lend a hand, feel free to come up. Bringing along gifts for the guests is going too far. We're all family, so stop playing these empty games. If there's anything, just say so. My family has stockpiled quite a bit of meat. I want to take them to the city. Selling there means you don't have to worry about being cheated. Can the 2 of you bring only weakness, only love, letter into the city? You found the right person. We were also planning to go into the city. Tomorrow I'll drive my ox cart over to pick everyone up so we can all go together. Don't go. Just take those 2 girls away, that's all. I'm planning to go up the mountain. Going hunting again? There's no need to risk your life like that. A severe famine is coming. We need to start preparing early. I'm familiar with risk mitigation strategies, so let's do it this way. I'll go up the mountain with you. Okay, let's final act. Tomorrow, Uncle Lu will lead Jiruo and Jijing into the city. I'll go hunting with you. The 2 of you go up the mountain. Remember to be careful of that guy. He might try to stab him in the back. If you know how to behave and you well behaved. If you dare to do anything wrong, I won't be polite. After returning home, I and 2 others stayed up all night to prepare the meat. I told them to remember to buy a hunting rifle and enough ammunition when they went into the city. While we're at it, let's go pick up the wolf cabin. The next day, at dawn, Old Blue came knocking on my door, and I carried 3 large sacks of meat to load on. Get in the car. Old Blue and the 2 sisters rode in a horse-drawn carriage towards the city. Meanwhile, Lu Wenshin and I, carrying hunting rifles. Someone has been secretly monitoring her every move. Tran Dan was woken up while sleeping at a distant relative's house. I just heard the news that I went up. The 2 wives went into the city. His eyes immediately lit up. Are you sure you didn't see wrong? A truly magnificent and colorful martial arts opportunity is indeed a heaven sent chance. Did you see clearly what they were carrying? There were 3 huge sacks, but the fog was too thick. You can't see inside clearly. It's definitely meat. They plan to take it to the city to exchange it for money. We will set an ambush. On the road they were forced to take. Robbing both money and people is still the signature move. He is very calculating. Just make a little noise. Absolutely do not let anyone find. I'll go call a few more guys right now. On the mountain, I and Lu Wanshan searched for 2 hours. But we didn't gain anything. Theoretically, animals hibernate at this time of year. I have to go out and find something. Could it be that someone else had already gotten there and snatched it up? Perhaps we are indeed one step behind, the group said. A loud gunshot rang out, startling the birds in the forest. Startled, they scattered. Who fired the shots? We both immediately ran towards the direction from which the gunshot had. Then I saw some villagers running frantically. Tran Chu Van Son. Why are you two here? They stole all our prey. What exactly happened? What was that gunshot just now? We just caught some deer and rabbits. Then a group of strangers armed with hunting rifles came and stole it. They pointed guns at us and threatened us. That gunshot was meant to intimidate. If you don't leave immediately, they'll break your bones. Does anyone know where they came from? I don't know. I've never encountered them before while hunting in the mountains. No wonder I didn't see a single animal along the way up here. It turns out these people got the upper hand over me. Tran Chu, please help us retrieve our prey. Once we get it back, we'll give you half. They charged in without knowing for sure that the other side had guns. Those who fear death and danger in this world are fearless. Sure. We apologize, it was our impulsive thinking. The group of villagers were scolded and humiliated. He bowed his head in apology to Tran Chu, then turned to leave. But then Tran Chu called everyone back. Wait a minute. Do you remember the location where we clashed with them? Take me there to see for myself. What are you planning to do, Tran Chu? Now there are more competitors in the mountains, and quantity. The prey population will certainly decrease. This is extremely disadvantageous for the village. Knowing yourself and your enemy leads to victory in every battle. I need to find out who they really are. Whatever your capabilities are, we'll guide you. The whole group of he cautiously weaved his way through the trees, guided by the locals. Still, occasionally, deafening gunshots echoed through the forest. Speaking of which, I just remembered I haven't seen Tran Van for the past 2 days. He's gone out of the village. Or are they still staging a protest at the secretary's house? As soon as I heard the name Tran Van, a sudden, ominous feeling welled up inside me. We're almost there, right ahead. Not far from there were a few strange men. He stood with his hunting rifle in hand amidst the white snow. Behind them, the carcasses of wild animals were piled high like palm. That's a pretty good harvest. Let's take a break today. Let's go a little deeper inside and see what happens. Who knows, we might stumble upon a herd of deer. I and Lu Wanshan hid behind an ancient tree, silently observing. These guys' marksmanship is terrible. Even they are far inferior to me when it comes to guns. This hunting method already has poor accuracy. It's ready. You can hit the target. This could be considered the mark of a skilled marksman. My grandson is a marksman who hits. I saw a group of strangers pulling a cart loaded with prey, preparing to leave. I was about to step out and chase after them, but he was quickly grabbed by the shirt by Lu Wanshan and several villagers who cried. It's very dangerous. Don't go there. These people are extremely cruel and violent. Don't you dare offer your life to them. Right now, a villager rushed up from the foot of the mountain. Tran Chu, hurry down the mountain. Uncle, Lu and the 2 sisters were ambushed and attacked by Tran Van's group. Then I heard that Lu Wanshan and the villagers were listening. They immediately ran headlong down the mountain. At the village gate, old man Lu was brandishing a hunting rifle in his hand. He would protect Lu to the death. The weak point and the lingering feeling are at the back. Meanwhile, Tran Van brought along a gang of aggressive, pressing closer step by step. If you don't get out of here, Tran Van, then don't blame this old man for not showing any respect for the neighborhood. If you're so good, why don't you pull the trigger and shoot? My target isn't an old man like you. If you're smart, leave the cart here and get out of here quickly. Don't stand here meddling in other people's affairs. Sister, what should we do now? Don't be afraid, your husband from the Tran dynasty will surely come to rescue us. Otherwise, we might have to risk our lives. How dare this senile old man open fire and kill someone? I told you guys this a long time ago. What's so scary about this old man that you need to worry? Uncle Lu wishes you well. Tran Chu has entrusted me with protecting the 2 children. No one should even think about touching a single hair on his head. It is delicious. Let's see who wants to eat the copper candy first, guys. After the gunshots rang out, Lord Tran Van was so frightened his face turned pale. I saw that Tran Van's bare shoulder had been grazed by a bullet and he trembled as he urged his older brother to retreat quickly. But Tran Van flew into a rage. He yelled, forcing the subordinates to charge forward and fight back against their boss. That old man actually has a gun. How could we possibly fight off bullets with sticks and clubs? Run for your life, boss. What are you going to do? That you have to get all your tools out. Charge forward and beat the old man to death. That old man is holding a gun. We're too scared to go up there. Boss. If you're so good, go climb a ladder. If you're going to incite your brothers to die in your place, then just what kind of song is this? The secretary rushed to the scene. I just saw his bare shoulder covered in blood. His expression immediately changed drastically. Why can't he just close the door and calmly resolve things? People are flocking here in droves to cause trouble. The secretary arrived at just the right time. This guy did, brazenly blocking the road and robbing people in broad daylight. I fired my gun simply in legitimate self-defense. If he keeps tolerating and harboring this kind of scum's a disgrace to the village, he'll take over this place sooner or later. That rotten old man should stop spewing venom and slandering people. I saw the cart was too heavy, so I kindly offered to help push it. And yet he dared to shoot me and injure me like this. Today or die. Or compensation for medical expenses. Tran Van, shut your mouth. You were in the wrong for starting this fight. The old demon also fired a shot and wounded him. Let's consider today's matter settled and just forget about it to keep things peaceful. That's fine with what I planned. And what about that other guy? Do you think he's even worth My secretary has reminded you of this many times before. How do you intend to resolve today's situation satisfactorily? So, how do you want to resolve this? I will use my own method. After saying that, I brushed the secretary aside. He moved forward and grabbed Tran Van by the collar, delivering thunderous punches. It was set directly onto his bleeding wound. The other side, Lu Wanshan also rolled up both sleeves to eye level, prevent the remnants of Tran's army from charging forward to provide assistance. So, you little brats also want to taste the beating, huh? Those guys, terrified of losing their lives, continuously shaking his head, the villagers ran and surrounded the village secretary. Secretary, quickly fire Tran Van. Keeping him here will definitely lead to big trouble. We went up the mountain and saw a group of unfamiliar hunters. We can't afford to offend Chen Zhao now. What do you mean? We just went up the mountain. They discovered another group of hunters on the mountain. Villagers encounter strangers on the mountain. Tell the story of the hunter to the secretary. I advise him to prioritize the greater good. It's impossible to offend Chen Zhao. Those guys' marksmanship is no less than my uncle's. Lu and Mansion. Later on, we'll have to rely on Chen Zhao. Don't let outsiders ruin the peace. I've finished dealing with that. Now let's see what he does. The party secretary felt threatened and pressured by the villagers. Finally made up my mind. Tran Van disrupted peace in the village. I decided to drive him out of the village. The Tran family will never accept his household registration. Is everyone satisfied? The secretary can decide on the minor matters himself. I intend to bring my wife home. Then the villagers stopped me, grabbed Tran Van, and threw him straight out of the village. They invited me to discuss matters in the mountains. Everyone went to the open field in the village. The villagers suggested forming a hunting party, led by Uncle Lu and Lu Wanshan. Now we have competitors. We want to form a hunting team. Absolutely obey everyone's arrangements. I'm sorry, I don't want to participate. Everyone asked Uncle Lu and Wanshan. We have no comment. We know we were wrong. We'll divide it equally and follow your instructions. He should join in. Tran Van's absolutely forbidden from entering the village. The hunting party all obeyed. I am not participating. I didn't pay attention to Tran Van Chao either. Think about it some more. Uncle Lu advised me to accept the offer out of respect for him. I turned around and asked the two sisters for their opinion. Do you have any opinions? We have no objections. Whatever you decide is fine. I agree to form a hunting team, but he gave me 3 secret requests and told me to just say them. The first, the villagers pooled their money to buy each person a hunting rifle. I will manage and distribute it. Each man had a hunting rifle with high destructive power. I can't bear responsibility. Can I use something else as a substitute? We believe that the money ceiling is not enough. Everyone gathered around and gave him a hunting rifle. Rest assured about sword. The secretary nodded in agreement. Secondly, the team that goes up the mountain is chosen by me. I decided to divide the prey. Follow me, at least you won't starve to death. Will not because of previous conflicts. They deliberately avoided leading us up the mountain, that's all. Taking turns going up the mountain is more effective. I don't need to use this method to get revenge. Thirdly, everyone must follow my instructions. Anyone who dares to act recklessly will be kicked out. All 3 requests were granted. I told the secretary to inform others to prepare hunting rifles. Then drain the weak point. Lu Jiqing and her 3 children left. We have hunting rifles now, so we won't get involved anymore. Prepare well. After we left, the party secretary complained bitterly that the villagers were too hasty. Some villagers suggested that not everyone needs a gun. Just pull your money to buy a few guns, that's enough for our needs. Everyone get your money ready, I'll take care of the weapons. Or maybe we should ask Uncle Lu for help. They have many connections. Let's stop this, we went too far before. Figure out a way to get there yourself. This work is hard and nothing worthwhile comes of it. So what's the story? Our group returned home. Lu Wanshan didn't understand why he accepted this grueling job. Current situation. I can't refuse it, but I'll let it slide for now. Just make sure they don't starve to death. Normally, they take them long to put on show. When needed, the 3 of us will secretly go up the mountain. I took the new hunting rifle from Lu Jiruo's hands. This gun has higher stability. It can ensure accuracy when shooting within 10 meters. Let's rest for these few days first. Let's wait until they prepare their hunting rifles, then we'll all go up the mountain. Be careful, Tran Nan. He won't just stand by and let it go. Don't worry, Uncle, if he dares to come, I will absolutely not let. After seeing off Uncle Lu's 3 children, the 3 of us entered Lu Jiruo's house. He took the money from the meat sales out of his raw. After deducting the cost of buying the hunting rifle, the total was $60. This is money from selling, except for the money for the hunting rifle, all the other money is. Why don't you buy some things you like? Not satisfied with any of the dishes? Now money is more useful than those useless things. I returned the money to Lu Jiruo. Tell the 2 sisters to keep it. Buy whatever you want, no need to save money. The children take care of the housework, and they take care of the outside. Give money to the children. Don't worry, just let me know when you run out of money. I took out a new hunting rifle and gave it to Lu Jiruo. Tell them that if they are in danger, they should just use it directly. We don't know how to use it. If the trigger goes off and causes a commotion, don't worry, I'll teach you something very simple. We will study properly. Lu Jiruo mentioned the wolf cub that was causing trouble in the house. I took out the iron chain intending to chain it up in the front yard. Later, I'll take it up the mountain to hunt. I just stepped out of the house. Lu Jiruo then suggested moving to the city to live. They don't want me to take any more risks. Lu Jiqing also had this thought, but didn't know how to express it. Go tell your brother-in-law. Let's leave the Tran family village. Have savings and food. Enough to start a career in the city. Don't take any more risks. With famine plundering on all sides, staying here at least guarantees food and shelter. Once you leave, where will you find food? He will ensure your safety, so you can rest assured. Lu Jiqing and Lu Jiruo were persuaded. No further words. On the other hand, the truth has come home. Pushing open the door to the room, I saw Grandvan sitting leaning against the headboard. His shoulder was still bleeding, and he kept alcohol and bandages ready on his arm. Cousin, weren't you kicked out of the village? Are you alright? Hurry up, why are you here? I was begging you just now, why didn't you help me? What are you standing there for? Come here and treat my wounds. I'm about to die from the pain. I don't know how to do it. Go find someone else to help. I've ended up in this situation. You're telling me to go find someone else? Come here and help me deal with this. Gun injuries are no laughing matter. If left untreated, your hand will become disabled. Go to the hospital. From the moment he arrived, the Tran family has already caused so much trouble. It's all your fault, we almost lost our way of hunting. Only by following Drenju's lead can one survive. Go away quickly. I can take you hunting. What are you afraid of? A group of strangers appeared on the mountain. Strong. Going up the mountain together is just asking for. The right foot only realized it had spoken out of turn. I'm afraid Tran Man will seek out strangers to. Then hurriedly stuffed alcohol and bandages into his chest. Then push him out the door. Stop talking nonsense. Just leave and don't ever come looking for me again. You useless coward. Remember this. Tran Van scavenged for food in the house. Tran Kai headed towards the high mountains. He intended to find a group of unfamiliar hunters to confront Tran Chu. After much deliberation, Tran Kai decided to inform me. Tran Kai came to my house and knocked on the yard door. Right now I'm having dinner with Chu's two sisters. This is Tran Kai, I have something important to tell you. I just saw Tran Van at my house. When chasing him away, I carelessly revealed that there were strange hunters in the mountains. He would most likely seek for cooperation. I came to remind you. Is what Tran Kai said true? Is this a conspiracy by Tran Van? That's not the case at all. Tran Kai knows what's beneficial to himself. You have to be careful these days. In 2 days, after we finish our meals, we'll go up the mountain together to practice shooting. Remember, if anyone bullies you, just shoot them directly. Whatever happens, you'll take responsibility. When he's not home, you must protect yourself well. 2 days later, I took Lu Jiruo and Lu Jing behind the mountain to practice shooting. Despite naturals, 2 ordinary people, yet they can calmly open fire. That day, the 3 of them finished their shooting. Coming down the mountain, I saw a crowd of villagers gathered in front of my house. He'll deal with the kids sneaking in through the back door. I followed your advice and bought a hunting rifle. Not enough money, therefore, he could only buy 7 guns to use in rotation. That should be enough, right? It's okay, everyone go and rest. Let's go up the mountain together tomorrow morning. Those guys brought guns into the house. They played until the next morning. 7 villagers are on the list. Along with 2 or 3 of their children, they gathered outside. I opened the door for everyone to come in and get their guns. No problem, right? They were taken up the mountain for 2 reasons. Firstly, to scout the situation, and secondly, to practice shooting. Whether or not they catch prey is irrelevant. Everyone walked along the edge of the snow-covered forest. For an hour, but nothing was harvested. When Chu bent down to examine, he then discovered it in the snow. There were many bullet casings and traces. He immediately understood the rope. The wild animals in the surrounding area have all been caught by those strange hunters. No need to look around here anymore. There are no more prey here. Then we'll head straight into the deep mountains. Do you absolutely have to go? It's very dangerous in the deep mountains. What if you happen to encounter those strange hunters? We are basically no match for them. Either follow me into the deep mountains or turn back now. Everyone can choose for themselves. I'm not forcing anyone. The villagers' homes had long since run out of food. So we had no choice but to try and follow. In the mountains. After walking just a few hundred meters, they spotted a wild rabbit. The villagers all simultaneously took out their hunting rifles. The frightened rabbit ran away. The villagers, having missed their shots, complained amongst themselves that hunting rifles were poor accuracy. Earlier you said the prey would be divided equally, right? Now they've changed their minds. A wild rabbit divided among 10 people wouldn't even be enough to fill a gap. The large flower animals are divided equally. Whoever shoots the wild rabbit owns it. Lu Hanshin didn't wait for the villagers to argue. A shot that hit a hair in the head. Tied around your waist and keep going. You can't do that. We came here to find something to eat. The larger prey will be divided equally. Whoever shoots the little girl gets to keep her. Later, you guys can go first, villagers. I'll share my experience using guns. I said shooting relies on feel. I can only serve as an example so they can experience. Then encountered the prey twice. They were all caught by me and their 3 sons. The villagers ran out of ammunition but gained nothing. Enraged, wanting to steal the prey. You know perfectly well that we don't know how to use. Are you deliberately trying to humiliate us? It's because those who didn't get a share felt too ashamed. Getting angry, right? In return, you guys, did you divide the wild rabbits equally? If you have any opinions, get out of here now. Our house has absolutely no leftover food. If I don't bring food home today, I'll starve to death. Can you guys form a group to catch rabbits with your bare hands? Don't waste time. The villagers had no choice but to ascend the mountain before dark. Then, upon encountering a wild rabbit, they immediately rushed forward to catch it. As darkness fell, everyone carried their prey down the mountain. The secretary was waiting at the village gate. He hurried over to inquire about the harvest. How was the harvest today? We didn't encounter any large prey, so we only managed to hunt this much. Tran Chu and Uncle Lu both brought back a lot of things. The villagers complained to the village secretary that I did not follow through with the agreement. Divide the prey equal. The secretary felt that what I said made sense and offered few words of comfort. Then he told the villagers to go home. Tran Chu said, whoever sells the small prey gets the money. We were busy for half the day and got nothing. He has to be the boss for us. One wild rabbit is not enough to share among 10 people. What Tran Chu did was not wrong. Everyone go and rest. Early the next morning, shouts rang out in the village. The meat belonging to a local resident had been stolen. Everyone guessed it was because the wolf in my village had been awakened. Bloodstains were found around the mouth of the small wolf in the yard. There was still animal hair stuck between his teeth. I am absolutely certain that it was stolen. Tell me the truth, did you steal the villagers' meat? Lu Jiruo and Lu Jing stepped out of the house. After inspection, Lu Jing saw that the meat in her house hadn't been stolen. Lu Jiruo advised me to spare the little wolf this one time. My brother-in-law's meat wasn't stolen. Let him off this time, nobody will suspect him. Just keep an eye on it later. Just this once. We'll have to guard carefully later. The 2 men tied out the wolf cub. The villagers knocked on the door, pleading for help. They said the food had been eaten by wild animals. I want to quickly go up the mountain to hunt. All food in our house has been eaten. Let's call Tran Chu to come up the mountain with us. Otherwise, we'll go hungry tonight. I stepped out with my hunting rifle. He decided to take the wolf cub up the mountain. This also helps train its hunting skills. Whatever we harvest today will be divided equally. Everyone, grab your guns and let's go. Thank you very much, Tran Chu. I stepped out with my hunting rifle. He decided to take the wolf cub with him up the mountain. While we're at it, let's train its hunting skills. I called the 2 or 3 members of the Lu family. As soon as they entered the mountains, the wolf cub struggled violently. Go ahead and lead the way properly. How much meat we get to eat tonight depends entirely on you. I released the wolf cub. It plunged into the snowdrift, running and jumping around. Occasionally let out a howl. The villagers were worried it would attract wild animals. I bluntly stated that I wasn't afraid of that, and led everyone in pursuit. Call a wolf cub back. The commotion was too loud. I was afraid it would attract wild animals. We're here to hunt, so what are you afraid of? Follow me. Very quickly, the wolf cub returned with a hare in its mouth. Obediently lay down at my feet. The villagers vied with each other to praise its cleverness. This wolf is for sale. No price is up to you, but if you don't like it, I won't sell it. Those who want to wait can go up the mountain themselves to try their luck. The wolf cub continued to lead the way for another hour. Everyone had a fairly abundant harvest, so the villagers suggested returning home. I went to go deeper into the mountains. Lu Wanshan and old Lu also joined in. Let's escape quickly. He just finished eating, or should we quietly leave? Be confident. A single shot to the head would solve it. Suddenly a gunshot rang out. A careless citizen accidentally pulled the trigger. The tiger immediately became alert. Whoever fires the gun should control their hands well. I accidentally touched it. The enraged tiger lunged towards the people. The wolf cub, leading the way, lunged and bit the tiger's front leg. Then the tiger bit his tail and dragged him down. I fired a shot and hit the tiger in the hind leg. Immediately afterwards, another shot was fired at its head. The wolf cub dodged out of the way as the others opened fire. The tiger counterattacked before dying. The quick-witted wolf cub jumped out, and I fired 2 shots in quick. The villagers behind him suddenly became a chaotic mob. They grabbed their guns and fled in panic. Stop right there. The more panic there is, the more likely something. Tranchu has gone mad. Run away. The tiger gave up attacking the 3 of us. He lunged forward into the fleeing villagers to save his life. Several villagers, terrified, collapsed to the ground. I took a deep breath. Aim at the tiger's head and pull the trigger. The bullet grazed the tiger's head. The tiger pounced on a villager in the mountains. Pulled the terrified person forcefully outside. Tranchu, I've come to help you. Old Lu knelt on one knee and fired his gun. The bullet lodged in the tiger's belly. I immediately took aim and fired. The bullet went through the tiger's eye socket. The tiger crashed to the bare ground. You're too dangerous. The danger is over. The villagers bowed their heads in shame. I told you beforehand, so follow my arrangements. Something like this shouldn't happen. We apologize again. We were very panicked. I'll definitely pay attention next time. I called everyone down the mountain. The wolf cub wagged its blood-stained tail and shuffled forward to beg for praise. You've done a great job. When you come back, I'll make you a delicious meal as a reward. This animal is very clever. Later, when you go up the mountain alone, I'll lend it to you. No way. I'm afraid it'll steal my prey. I suddenly remembered what happened last night. Doubt arose in my heart. Meanwhile, at the home of Party Secretary Kran Jiakang, Ma Zanhua is giving Jiakang a back massage. Jiakang must help Tiu Van get in household registration in Granjia village during the year of crop failure and famine. If my mother and I leave here, we won't survive. It has already angered everyone, and what I said alone doesn't count. Don't try to evade the issue. I've already gotten whatever I wanted. You can't go back on your word. Now, the Tran family village relies solely on Tranchu to hold things together. If you anger him, nobody will have a peaceful life. I will handle this as soon as possible. Wait a little longer, then let's go eat. Then hurry up. He had to stay outside to recover from his injuries alone. It's so cold in this winter weather. Hurry up and bring it home. Dad, tell me where he is. I found a place to recuperate. He just needs to take care of things in the village. There was a frantic knocking on the door outside. The villagers excitedly announced that I had returned from hunting. Tran Jiakang quickly stood up. They refused to let Ma Xuanhua go along. The 2 people who had an argument were with me. What will the villagers think? What was bound to happen has already happened. Are you afraid people will find out? Tran Jiakang ignored her and walked straight out. Tran Jiakang ran to the empty plot of land in the village. All that could be seen was the tiger's carcass placed in the middle. The villagers surrounded the table. People are buzzing with excitement, saying Tran Chu is so talented. Having him is truly a blessing for the village. Just a little stingy. It would be so much better if we had more meat. They're unwilling to put in the effort and are instead greedy and Tran Chu didn't give them a single. Tran Jiakang excitedly grabbed my hand. But his eyes were fixed on the tiger's carcass. Tran Chu, you worked so hard for me. If the hunting team has any requests later, I will definitely fulfill them. There's nothing else for me to share the meat with first. I will keep the domestic tiger and the loyal tiger. Everyone has no opinion, not an opinion. We just need a little meat, that's all. I took the knife from Uncle Lu Wanshan's hand. They started skinning 2 or 3 of Uncle Lu's children. Helped divide the meat. Each villager who went hunting in the mountains was given 10 kilograms. Those who didn't go up the mountain have to stand and hide after more than an hour of busy work. Those who didn't go up the mountain brought the money out here. I sold it to them a little cheaper. We would like to buy back any leftover meat with money. Out of respect for our fellow villagers, please give us a little less. Okay, but the price of meat has to go up now. Can everyone accept this? Acceptable. We believe you wouldn't deceive us. Tran Chu, sell me some. I received money from the villagers in Tran Jiakang. Divide the meat among them according to the correct. The villagers thanked them profusely and then left. Uncle, save the meat. The rest we'll share among ourselves. The rest were taken to the market to be sold for money. If I sell it, I'll give you half, Uncle. You can keep the money. I basically killed this tiger myself. The fact that the 3 of them got their share of the meat was enough to satisfy them. But why sell the crop that was harvested in the year of the bad season to eat gradually? Wouldn't that be better? It was precisely because of famine people needed to exchange their money. Oil-fired noodles. But you could also find restaurants to partner with for long-term business. You can't eat only meat every day, my grandchild, you have a point. Tomorrow morning, your uncle and his 3 children. Let's go up together. 2 or 3 of the men carried the meat home. Selling directly to people in the village would save so much. Oh, why bother traveling so far and getting tired? The price of meat at the market was $3 or $4 per pound. In the village, the most they could sell it for was only $1. Whether you sell it expensively or cheaply, it's it. I don't want to be taken advantage of. My grandchild is still the one who thinks things. Those people in that village truly had insatiable greed. You worked hard in the mountains. Just wait a little while and you'll have food soon. He thought he'd go up to the temple for a visit later. Find a large tavern to partner with. Your brother-in-law can decide for himself. My whole family listens to Mr. Transhu. You're so lucky. When will I finally marry a wife as virtuous as you, my dear? Your house. Doesn't he have his grandmother to take care of him? He never lets me make my own decisions about anything. Let's go to the temple together tomorrow. He will buy some things for everyone. We're not going anywhere. I have to stay home and look after the little wolf too. Prevent it from escaping and causing further harm. Okay, so he'll go buy everyone some clothes and shoes. No need, we already have clothes to wear. He earns money for everyone, so just listen to him on this matter. After finishing his meal, Lu Wanjin hastily said his goodbyes and left. A misty morning. My 3 children and I pushed the cart uphill, slowly advancing through the thick fog. About 5 miles outside the village, refugees were scattered all along both sides of the road, tattered clothes, leaning on each other. So thin, they're just skin and bones. Please, for goodness sake, give me some food. My son hasn't eaten a single grain of rice for 3 or 4 days now. Uncle Lu didn't dare to look back. After exchanging glances with me, I signaled to Uncle Lu to continue pulling the cart. The refugees chased after them for quite a distance. In the end, they had no choice but to. I never imagined the situation outside would be this dire. The number of refugees in that town is probably 10 times greater than here. The famine was far more devastating than I imagined. Isn't there any policy from above to provide relief and relief? The famine was too severe. That little bit of relief policy is nothing compared to what's needed. Alas, or perhaps to save it at the very end. Or it would be better not to rescue anyone because along the way, they only encounter refugees. Some were begging. Some people just steal food. It was only thanks to the hunting rifle tucked into my belt that I was able. The trailer just arrived at the gate. More than half of the shops have closed. The streets were overflowing with refugees. They would rush towards anyone they saw, begging for food or pleading for work. Please give me some food. I can do anything. Just a bite of rice to fill your stomach will do. I turned around and asked Uncle Lu. Uncle Lu shook his head and said he didn't know any restaurants around here, so I just guessed randomly. A restaurant is opening its door in 7. Boss, are you buying meat? Wild game meat? I just got back from hunting in the mountains yesterday. Guaranteed to be incredibly. Our place is a restaurant. It's not that the fresh produce market is experiencing. It's been several days and I still haven't. Did you buy the meat to use as a sacrifice? If you want to come in for a meal, you're. If you're still selling things, go play some. The 3 of us knocked on the doors of several restaurants in a row, but they were all driven away for the same reason. No customers, no money to buy meat. Transhu. Business is terribly slow these days. Will we be able to sell anything? Clearly, just a few days ago, this place was still up. Why are they making such a fuss today? I watched the refugees trudging along, lost in thought. I guess it was caused by famine-stricken people. This caused shops to close in fear. The decision was to target one of the largest and most. The manager of the horse is eating the rich man's food. Where are they? I've been waiting forever and they still haven't served the food. He's practically starving to death. Here it is, right away. The kitchen staff are working hard. Please be patient and wait a little longer. Don't you dare stand there with your. Go out there quickly and go into the kitchen to urge the chef to hurry up. There wasn't much meat left in the kitchen. But customers keep coming in droves like this. Or maybe put up a sign saying all tables are full and refusing money offered at the door. Should we really stop doing business? Absolutely not. Go quickly and think of a way to get more meat. The business must prosper even more. I looked in everything around me. He calmly walked over to the steward's side. The 3 little foxes followed closely behind, looking at. If you're not here to eat but to beg for food, then go to another house. Don't stand here getting in the way of my business. I'm misunderstood. I heard the restaurant was short on meat. It just so happens that I'm a butcher. You can go outside and check out the airline. How could this kid have meat? I was originally a hunter. Yesterday I went up the mountain and killed a tiger. There is still quite a lot of fresh tiger meat left. I want to bring it here to exchange for. I also want to discuss business cooperation. The horse steward was both overjoyed and astonished upon hearing that. He immediately hurried after me out the door. Uncle Luke carefully lifted a tarpaulin covering the car, pulled it out to reveal chunks of red tiger meat. Oh dear. This meat is really fresh. I bought it all. Just name your price. It's negotiable. But I want to become a long-term supplier. I assure you that you will receive regular daily deliveries of wild game meat, fresh and delicious delivered. He will never have to run around. I have to run around everywhere trying to find it. These 5 months of terrible famine. Even hunters rely on luck. What did you get? Make sure there's meat every day. I am completely confident in my own abilities. I will not let myself and my family starve to death. Today I'm delivering 100 pounds in advance to the restaurant. Use it freely for 2 days. At this time the day after tomorrow, I'll be pushing my cart delivering. If we're satisfied, we can sign a long-term business cooperation agreement. The steward, holding the horse, thought for a moment as if making a decision. He immediately nodded in agreement. He quickly called the waiters out of the restaurant. They managed to carry the meat in. I decided to trust you this one time. The purchase price will definitely not be unfair to you. This tavern will wash all your hands off you, okay? Rest assured, I won't disappoint you. The families rushed out. They carried hundreds of pounds of tiger meat and horsemen. The 3 of us went to the backyard and took out a stack of 1,000-pound bills. This is today's meat money. I haven't given the deposit yet. Please continue to purchase at this price in the future. No way, you can't get it without paying a deposit. What if we bring the meat and he doesn't take it anymore? It's okay, I understand your concern, Uncle Lu. Just follow the horseman's instructions first. It's not too late to wait until you build trust before paying the deposit. The horseman was very pleased with my cheerfulness. The two sides finalized cooperation agreement. The steward invited the three men to stay for a meal. It's obvious you know how to do business. Happy cooperation. Happy cooperation. The three of them found a place to sit down. Lu Wanshan was still worried about the intensity of the hunting in the future. I immediately stuffed a few $100 bills into my shirt pocket. He's showing off like this too much. The meat we hunted is far inferior to yours. Everyone has helped me a lot. This is what everyone deserves. Let's go buy supplies together later. In the village, he was the most righteous person. Don't hunt so many hiders in the future. Their numbers are already low. I intend to trade my hunting gear for a hunting rifle. Then buy some more rice and noodles. The food they bought, along with extra clothes for the two sisters, was insufficient. I thought that was enough for him to get married. With this kind of money, they'll all be gone in no time. Money spent can be earned back. Just buy the essentials first. The food was served on the table. The three of them ate until they were full. Then he bid farewell to the stable master. They bought a truckload of supplies and returned the same way they came. Seeing this, the vagrants didn't dare to block the road. Trangia village. Lu Ji, weak and frail, they turned the leftover meat into dried meat. For easy storage and carrying. This much dried meat is enough to last us for several months. Meeting Mr. Tran Chu is truly a blessing for us. I just hope I don't involve him in this. Here's your meal for today. The two men put the meat down to feed the wolf cub. The wolf cub is gnawing on a tiger bone. Their eyes lit up at the sight of the meat. Mouthful of meat, its feet still holding onto bone. Suddenly, a figure darted past the door. Lu Ji Ruo quickly pulled Lu Ji Jing behind her. Door opening in session. There were some strange men carrying hunting rifles standing there. Lu Ji Ruo remembered my warning and inwardly thought, this is not good. Do you have rice or noodles? We want to exchange some items, but you don't have that. Please find another place. Wait a minute. We'll only exchange a little food, we won't take anything else. No, my house has no food. You can change to something else. There's no extra food in the house. Please leave, gentlemen. Lu Ji Ruo tried to close the door, but was blocked by the enemy. The little wolf in the yard saw this and bared its teeth, growling. The hunter's faces changed color at the sight. It's a blessing for you that these older brothers are paying attention to you. Get out of here. Take another step and I'll tell you to get out. Our house has no food. Giving face without knowing the consequences, the brothers took action. Why is Tran Kai here? I passed by and saw someone causing trouble. Get out of here, you people. Otherwise, don't blame me for being impolite. Instead of accepting the offered drink, they want to drink the penalty. Hit him hard for me. The noise in the yard attracted villagers passing by. Kai's leg was injured and bleeding profusely. Quickly call for help. This is Tran Chu's house. We cannot turn a blind eye. Tran Chu was living a comfortable life now. Why should we bring trouble upon ourselves? No stealing. You people have meat to eat. Even the party secretary probably defended him because of jealousy. Did you open your eyes, P? The village secretary led the villagers carrying honey, running towards them with sticks and clubs. At this point, Tran Kai had been knocked down by the four hunters. How dare you, who are not from this village, come here and cause trouble? Wow, that's quite odd, eh? We're hunters from the other side of the mountain. I only came to exchange some food. It's all just a misunderstanding. Is it a misunderstanding? That recent physical altercation doesn't seem like a misunderstanding. Get out of here. If you dare set foot in this village again, don't blame us for being impolite. If you want to leave, then we're leaving now. It's okay, it's okay. Thank you, Secretary. If everyone arrives even one step late, it will be disastrous. They're all from the same village. This is the right thing to do. Those people out there dare to bully others so excessively. Tran Kai, you're covered in wounds. Let's go to the infirmary to get checked out. All are wounds. Besides, just be patient and it'll be over. Everyone must be more vigilant. Beware of those hunters coming back to cause trouble. What's up? A group of strange hunters came to cause trouble. They said they were exchanging food, but in reality, he intended to play a trick on the two sisters. Where are they? Chased away by villagers. Then they ran toward the woods to the south. And then they even brought hunting rifles with them. How dare you bully my family members? If they dare to come back, I'll make sure they go but never return. Today's story. Thanks, Tran Kai. I will remember this debt of gratitude. I signaled to Lu Ji Ruo Jia to move the goods on the cart inside. Lu Jiqing saw a cart full of rice, whole grain noodles with oil and seasoning. Brother-in-law, did you buy all these things? Why did you buy so much? We cannot allow those who live to suffer disadvantages. These things must have cost a lot of money, right? Money is meant to be spent. Let's have a nice meal. My brother-in-law is so talented. From now on, we won't have to worry about starving anymore. Of course, if you're prepared, you don't have to worry about it raw. I searched for the bottle of medicinal wine. Preserve the weak points and massage for Tran Kai. Apply some medicine to Tran Kai. It's just a minor injury, no need to make such a fuss about it. Don't refuse to let her apply the medicine for you. My cousin Tran Ban. I thought you were just like him. But he doesn't actually have that kind of ability. I'm sorry to bother my sister-in-law. This herbal medicine is very bitter, please bear with it. After applying the ointment, don't rush home, stay and have a meal first. Are you letting me stay for dinner? Of course not, go wash your hands now. Therefore, obedience is not as important as showing respect. It was getting dark. The two sisters, Lu Jiruo and her sibling, are preparing a lavish dinner. Genkai sat outside in the yard, his stomach rumbling loudly. I've been running around all day today. I'm starving. Okay. If you're hungry, eat a lot. My sister-in-law's cooking smells delicious. My family wouldn't dare cook this much meat. The rice and soup were served on the table. I took a bottle of special liquor I had just bought and poured some for Genkai. Is this blasphemy? What nonsense are you talking about? Let's toast. This liquor is really strong. The two brothers ate and drank until they were full and drunk. Genkai ate so much that his mouth was practically jumped. This meat and this rice are incredibly delicious. After finishing eating and drinking, I'm about to go to Uncle Lu Ban's son's house. Let's talk about going up the mountain. My red foot quickly called me back. Later, when you go hunting in the mountains, would you let me go with you to learn? I absolutely wouldn't be a burden to you. Thank you, cousin. Thank you, cousin. I'm certainly not an ungrateful person. I turned around, picked up a whole sack of rice, and handed it to him. Consider it a thank you gift for protecting the family. I'll take it. This is what you deserve. No way, your family has to eat dinner too. Don't refuse. Protecting my family is a great service you deserve, so please accept reward. Genkai hugged the sack of rice, his eyes red and swollen. After profusely expressing their gratitude, they strode away. Not long after, old Lu carried a bag of peanuts from the river. Still, Long Chong brought 2 empty wine bottles and knocked on the door to visit. 3 people sat around the table. Old Lu poured 3 bowls full of wine. The 3 of them took a sip to warm themselves up. The trip to the earthquake today yielded quite a good harvest, didn't it? Has output. Once things stabilize, our family won't have to worry about food and clothes. What exactly happened with those strangers this afternoon? How dare you come to my house and cause trouble? They truly don't know whether they're living or they'd run away if they dare come again. I will absolutely show no mercy. Do you really think the Chen family village is easy to bully? Next time, I absolutely cannot let it slide so easily. Recently, Prey has become increasingly scarce. If things continue like this, we won't have any meat to eat. So tomorrow we'll go up the mountain and begin. Where'd the mountains begin? The mountain lake began to become extremely dangerous. Leopards and black bears are everywhere. Are you playing with your life? An ordinary person will either go and come back empty-handed or with nothing. There's an internet connection to... Uncle, I've already thought this through carefully. Bob Tranchu is not an impulsive person. He has his own plans. If we don't go, we're not guaranteed to find the prey. Okay, I'll listen to you. He and brand new guns are too dangerous to use. Old guns lack sufficient accuracy. Changing these things could improve hunting efficiency.